And after a series of short tracks to start off the Redline Truck Series season, the 4th season as a matter of fact, we hit the Milwaukee Mile, and it will be the shortest track we've gone to this season with the most laps, 150 from the Brew City, as we get started here with Alec Daffin on the Shaw Racing number 48 machine on his way. We currently have about 7 minutes remaining here in practice as people are still getting locked and loaded in their cars. Lane Graves, defending champion, top of the board, as Alec Daffin right now is in the 5th spot, and we still have quite a lot of time before this race gets on its way. In the 48 machine, gonna go just a bit high there as he tries to catch up with the 07, who's right in front of him. That 07 currently going to be way back in the field when it comes to timing and scoring. Bryce Saucier, 22nd on the board, but it looks like the entire field of 27 drivers is separated by 0.8 of a second. The talent, it is on display, and everyone here seems to be very quick as the top 10 guys are separated by only about 1/4 of a second. Matthew Weeks, he's going to be on pit road right now as the 5 machine gets on its way, and the majority of the field right now on pit road getting a lot of practice in already, as we saw Joshua McQuiggan in the number 5 DuPont machine already on the track. And the 5 machine with that DuPont sponsorship, that paint scheme getting a lot of discussion over the past few nights. Andrew Cootie drove it in the NR Cup Series, and that was a exciting race, that's for certain, but tonight it is not with a Cup Series car as he ran it, and it's with a different number. So the 5 machine, Joshua McQuiggan, looking to go back to the winning ways of the DuPont paint scheme that we've seen over the past few days on the iRacing service. Carter Casey right now getting on the track in the number 1 machine, the reflective number 1, bouncing every single color back with a rose tint on it, as it looks like Alex Tallman going to be right behind him there in the number 54. And on the move they both are, as this looks like the 62nd lap. It's going to be the start of the 67 this time by for the driver to the 1. He's currently 4th on the charts, about 1/10 of a second off of your leader in Lane Graves, and looking to learn just a bit more as he goes through the track. His teammate, when it comes to numerical values, the 91 machine on pit road, and Cody Webster, but the 1 is on the fly right now as Alec Daffin goes up to the high side of the circuit, and Vinny Tigner in a pack on pit road as Michael Rosero in the number 41 machine on the move himself. 7th on the board for the driver with 6,500 I rating, and that looks to be the highest mark that any driver has here in this session. Although it looks like out of the top 7 guys, 3 of which are within 300 points of that 6,000 mark. A pretty incredible number is the 99 machine of Vinny Tigner, one of those with a 58.50 on his way in 6th on the board. Well, iRacing does not matter all too much when it comes to driver success when you are a talented driver in and out. It looks like a lot of these guys proving that is the case. Alex Tallman only has a 1900 I rating, and that should not deceive you into believing he's a bad driver. 8th on the board right now. He's oh so close to getting up in front of Vinny Tigner and Michael Rosero. He's within 13,000th of a second of Vinny Tigner in 6th, and he's still within a 10th of a second. Top 5 range, so Tallman has a lot of speed in the number 54 machine. Looks like middle 11 on the board as well. Cody McCorkle is in 12th on the chart. He is still on pit road. Aaron Brown, position number 13, and James DeCarolis in the 39. Going to get on his way as well, and DeCarolis leads him down. Luke Peters is going to be there on pit road. Brian Russo going to be right with him in P3. Well, Woody in the 17 after an incredible run at Auto Club, waiting to get on the track. The 16 of Davis Lewis now getting on. It looks like the 12 machine going to be right beside him there. They're going to crunch in on one another, but it looks like the 12 of Sam Benson able to get right by. And Benson right now 9th on the board, looking to improve. We still have a little bit of time here in practice before we get to qualifying and eventually the main event. So it's all about proving what you got here and now. And it looks like the 12 machine going to do just that, going to cut just a bit. There's going to be a diamond arc. You're going to come right down on a pit road and let Joshua McQuiggan and the like still stay on the track. Michael Rosero going to be coming out of pit road right now. Alex Tallman still on the move. And it looks like Nicholas Pressey in the 94 machine, teammate to Bryce Saucier in the 19th spot on the board, is on his way. And that F-150 pushing as hard as it can right now with 3 minutes and 58 on the clock. Lane Graves, fastest driver in this session right now. Let's take a look at how it is to be the fastest driver, not only in last season, the last season champion, and the fastest driver in this practice session so far. Let's take a look. He arcs it right in, trying to get closer to the apex there, but he skates off just a bit. Going to get a weaker middle, but you can see through the exit, he's just able to catch up to the 2 teammates right in front of him and make himself home as a front runner. Let's watch inside the cockpit now and see how much wheel work he has to put on. Not too much through the corner just yet, but it looks like off exit, it's all about the handwork. It's all about the way the steering's going to push him. The accelerator not winning the war here. It's all about the drivers and the handwork. The 07 of Saucier, they're going to follow right behind the number 13. Last time by for Graves with a 30.305. And it looks like lap times are starting to descend into the 30 range due to tire wear on the track. Going to get ran up by the 07. Stay right behind Saucier for that time by. Lane Graves still pretty quick right now. Learning a new line as he has to go up high, and it's going to be a lot of trouble getting it there, as it looks like it's going to be cambered right inside, but only slightly, as the banking here, while minimal, is very important and essential to getting a good run, as Nicholas Pressey right there in front of Graves, and they're both going to almost go into the wall. Check the rear end from here on out and see if there's nobody behind him. When it comes to the 94 machine, he indeed does have the 13 of the 91 there, as first race winner Cody Webster now going to join the battle here. Let's see how Webster does it. You can see he's got Graves on the high side, coming into the track, coming into the first turns from the middle. Might not help him. He sends it in just a bit, washes it out. He's going to get a much better exit as now Michael Rosero takes it 3 with Graves in the middle. But Lane just gets a nice run there, and Webster, one of the fastest guys in the session so far. He's got the fastest right behind him. Lane Graves, his ticket to success is using that inside line effectively. And when he does that, he's just able to pull away from everyone else as he comes out on the outside line. And he's still got 2 great drivers in front of him, but it might just be the one of which to beat right now. 13 goes into the first set of turns once again. And still, it's going to be Lane Graves fighting there. Sam Benson goes around with 1:45 remaining. Looks like he pushed the limits just a bit too far, as the 91 right now on a tear. But he's going to be further back from the remainder of the field. However, these two, Lane Graves, Cody Webster, in their own world, battling one another, and now getting into a bit of a rhythm, although certainly tire wear going to play a major factor. Last time by for the driver of the 13, it was a 30.078, and now it's going to be 30.785, so still some pretty quick lap times. Webster now being able to pull away. It might not be about that short run. It looks to be all about the long run here. Webster might just have that long run truck. You can see the way he's pulling away ever so slightly here on Graves. And these two, if they're taking it seriously, taking it at 100%, this could be indicative of how they race each other as the race goes on. 65 laps, Webster looks to have some of the highest practice chart numbers so far. Only Alex Tallman has higher in 72. And the 72nd lap he is on right now, over 150 we could get in this event. 150 are guaranteed, plus green, white, checkered attempts. We have 3 of which, and we have not used any. Of course, not yet. We wait to get this show on the road. The 91 machine of Cody Webster is still going to be the top of the charts here, with Lane Graves in the second spot, and Jordan Kuntz actually now gets himself into second, with Lane Graves still leading the way. Michael Rosero now out on the track, the 41 machine, trying to catch up to Sam Benson in the 12. He's going to go down on the inside line right then and there. And as it stands, the 13 of Lane Graves, top of the board, and nobody going to be able to beat him this time. Might be able to get a little bit of an extension here in practice, but I don't believe it will be all too much, and I don't believe it will be enough to dethrone the man who is going to be the top of the board. He's going to be the setter of the record. The fastest lap in this session will go to the driver of the 13, the Lane Graves, top of the charts here in practice. Now, let's get on our way into qualifying and see how it goes with the greatest group of drivers in these trucks tonight. A 3.1 thousand iRange strength of field, and that shows you how competitive these guys are on the iRacing service, no matter when and no matter where they race. Seem to be one of the best bunches to look around at. They are proving it once again. Qualifying going to get on its way here, and we're going to focus on Lane Graves. The track is currently empty, the Milwaukee Mile. Let's focus on some guys who are already on the circuit, as Jordan Kuntz looks to be one of which. Kuntz is indeed Joshua McQuiggan going to get on the track this time by, and the 5 is on the move. And on the hunt, he is indeed the DuPont number 5 machine. Cole Woody going to be on track as well, but McQuiggan looks to be the first man out, and he looks to be the first man who will take us into timed and scored laps here. Well, McQuiggan going to slow it down, and that will not be the case. Brandon Timon down the back straightaway. Looks like Nicholas Pressey there as well. Vinny Tigner in the same mix. First driver to take us through will in fact be the 12 machine of Sam Benson. McQuiggan going to back off, but Benson does not. Green flags out in timed and scored practice laps. Now it's going to be qualifying laps as well, and these are the 2 laps that matter. Sam Benson on the move. And Benson goes way up high. They're not going to be able to make anything stick that time through. Down the back, it looks like the 12 machine of Benson able to keep it straight. Josh Coloni going to be in a similar spot. Kyle Jackson there. Nicholas Pressey in the 94. Coming down to the 3rd and 4th turns as Benson going to be able to come down to the stripe. And for the driver of the number 12 machine, it looks like that will be position number 1 for now with a 30.392. Sam Benson top of the board for only a moment so far, and we will see what he's going to be able to do next, as it looks like he will not have his lap validated. Vinny Tigner going to be in the similar spot as well. Jordan Kuntz now top of the board with a 29.992, fastest of the drivers in the session. Brandon Timon takes it into fourth. Alex Tallman now going to be through P3 in the second lap. Let's see what he can do. And Jordan Kuntz there as well. Josh Coloni looks like he wrecked it, already despawned, as we did not catch that incident. Lane Graves coming out on the track right now. Davis Lewis there as well. And looks like right now, coming down to the line, Jordan Kuntz looks like he's 0.4 of a second faster than this last lap, and that will not be enough. Time and scoring deceives us. 30.107 for the driver of the 00. Vinny Tigner is in second. Alex Tallman there as well. And Davis Lewis puts it up into position number 7. Brian Russo, Matthew Weeks on the move as well, as it looks like Bryce Saucier gets into the 9th. And Lane Graves is going to be right behind him with Cole Woody in position number 15 on the board at the moment. McQuiggan there as well. Saucier now going to be demoted just a bit, as it looks like one driver going to take it up to the remainder of the field. That's going to be Kyle J. Jackson. And Jackson puts on a great run in qualifying. This looks to be his debut this season. Alec Daffin now going to be there as well in the second spot. Davis Lewis going to put it up into 8th. He looks to be done and done. Kyle Jackson coming across the stripe. 90 machine had a great first lap. What will he be able to do this time behind? It looks like for Kyle Jackson, Cody McCorkle goes 6th, and Kyle Jackson goes 4th. Not bad for the kid making his debut. James DeCarlis puts in the 6th on the second lap. Carter Casey, a lot of potential as well. He puts it up to 5th, and this could be the pole-sitting lap. Let's ride on board with the driver of the number 7 machine. Now looks like the number 1 machine as he goes down to 7 on his first run. And Graves, top of the charts by 7/1000th of a second. Carter Casey looks to be losing a bit of time when it comes to his lap that time by, and he will not be able to make anything happen. Cody Webster on his second here still has a chance to make it work as he comes down to the line. Looks to be dead even with his last lap, maybe just a bit quicker, and it will be for the driver of the 91. No improvement, oh so close. And the Cody Webster machine goes up into second. Matthew Weeks going to be in 5th. Carter Casey 7th. James DeCarlis in 9th. And Cody McCorkle in position number 10. And it looks like at the moment, Lane Graves will be the top man on the charts. And that should conclude the good majority of the qualifying, as it looks like these guys, Tyler Nolf, going to be the next man up in the number 61. And Nolf is taking it up, as he's going to be now the Ramco number 61, a number switch, as he was the 19 to start this season and has now made his way into the 61, and it looks like a fitting paint scheme. Ramco aggressive, and it's striking as well. Let's see what Nolf can do in this machine, as it looks like one driver going to take it up as McCorkle 12th, McQuiggan 13th, and Talon Drake now going to be in the 9th spot and might just have an opportunity to make it happen. The number 70 machine, and that is the Yoo-Hoo car, and let's see what he can do as this Yoo-Hoo Tundra now going to take it down to the 3rd and 4th turns down to the stripe. Half a minute to go here in qualifying. It's do or die now, as it's going to be coming down the line for Talon Drake, about a 10th off of the pole position last time through, and it will be just enough to improve and get himself up into 8th, as Matthew Weeks going to be done and done. He only had one time lap that worked out. He's still going to be in 5th as a result, as Tyler Nolf looks to be the last man to put a lap down in qualifying, but it just about is over. No improvement there for Nolf, and he will line up in 21st. Let's get you your race results. That moment's going to be about 150 laps time, but now, in the immediate present, we will get you the grid line up for tonight's event, the Brew City 150 here in the Milwaukee Mile, and it's going to be a great event for certain. These drivers all getting ready to go for the first time tonight, and let's see what they have in store as we will get you your starting grid to lead off this event. 5 minutes of warm-up here, so we do have just a bit of extra time before the race gets underway. Driver of the 00 machine is going to be on pit road, but not on track, and he is still nonetheless going to be the man to beat in qualifying. Jordan Kuntz in 3rd, but it looks like Lane Graves is going to come out on top, and the driver of the 13 is in 1st. It will be Cody Webster in 2nd, separated by 7/1000th of a second in 3rd. Jordan Kuntz with a 29.992, and Alec Daffin with a 30.116 in 4th. Rounding to the top 5, Matthew Weeks in 5th. Vinny Tigner is in 6th. Carter Casey 7th, and Talon Drake in position number 8. Then Kyle Jackson 9th. James DeCarlis in 10th. Cole Woody in 11th, and Cody McCorkle in position number 12. Josh McQuiggan in 13th. Luke Peters 14th. Aaron Brown 15th. Alex Tallman in 16th. Nicholas Presley 17th, and Davis Lewis in position number 18. From there on out, Sam Benson, Brian Russo rounded the top 20, and then it will be the drivers of Tyler Nolf and Brandon Timon. Last drivers on time will be Bryce Saucier and Josh Coloni, as the only other two, Michael Rosero and Mick Edmondson, alongside Corey Rexford will be drivers who did not put down a lap in qualifying, as Davis Lewis on the way with teammate Brian Russo on the track as well. And it looks like now down on pit road, the driver of the number 16 going to be top of the board there with the B3 Designs number 16. And Russo's teammate Davis Lewis goes top in warm-up. And not a lot of guys using this warm-up, although it is a decent amount of time. It might not be worth it in the long run when it comes down to it. This is still a period of time to practice. So some guys already appear to have it dialed up and dialed in. Going to be a very intense event no matter how it goes. A lot of guys here have a great chance at getting this victory so long as they keep it on the track, as Jordan Coont's going to now be on the track with 00 making his move out, and he will be there with the Brian Russo machines, the 13 and the 16. And Lane Graves, your pole sitter, is on the track now, as we will get your timing and scoring back up on screen. And that's going to be the 16, screaming with the engine alongside the 13. Coming out of the line once again, Lane Graves looks to be the fastest man in this session so far in practice and in qualifying. Team B3 Designs Motorsports seems to have something going on here. Brian Russo group having it together. It's 2 minutes and 23 seconds remain here in, once again, warm-up, second practice for the night. Let's see what it is, and let's take a lap on board from the cockpit cam, or rather, the in-car camera, to show you the hand movements of the 13. And almost getting into the 61 of Tyler Nolf. They're going to be minute handwork nonetheless for Lane Graves, as he is still top of the board this time by with a 30.138, so not running it all too hard. Last time by, of course, in qualifying, he was the fastest with a 29.9, so certainly might be just a bit slower, but still about the fastest driver in this session, as Josh Coloni in the 33 machine on the move himself. And he is putting it on a great show, as Davis Lewis in position number 3 and Brian Russo in 4th. Tyler Nolf in 5th, as Jordan Coontz still the 6th man on the charts, as he has only taken himself on a pit road. And Sam Benson's taken himself around the track once so far. Not going to be able to get a time lap out of it. Cody McCorkle going to make some contact as well. Brandon Timons to make 3 laps at the start-finish line at the very least, and he is still not able to get one on the point there. Lane Graves, man who leads them down, your Season 3 champion, winning it, of course, in the Final 4 at Homestead. And now it is time for him to show what he has got. Whether or not it is a lot remains to see. 150 laps, certainly going to be a lot more than practice, a lot more than qualifying, and even warm-up. A lot of these guys are only going to have the chance to get about 80-odd laps at the very most in qualifying, practice, and warm-up combined. As we're doing the math when it comes to laps, the most laps in this session so far, Davis Lewis has taken 672, the top in practice, and about 3 can be taken in qualifying, unless you do go overkill there, but not a lot of guys choose to do so, choosing to save themselves, as Lane Graves gets it into the wall. Davis Lewis, 3rd on the board right now, as he's going to try to make himself just a bit quicker. Josh Coloni, that time by, now going to put himself into 6th, as Sam Benson goes up to 3rd, but it is clear. Lane Graves going 3 for 3 in 3 race sessions. He's going to lead him off once again, lead them to the green. Here in the Brew City 150, the race getting underway here in the Redline Truck Series. We are excited. Truck Series, always exciting no matter what. We have seen some great broadcasts when it comes to Saturday Night Truck Leagues. We have had the Rush Truck Series, an incredible season. One season, unfortunately, they shuttered after, but an amazing group of drivers, and we are glad to still have some of them in contact as we get forward to another group of Saturday Night Racers. And there might be more. They might just be able to put on some fast shows with longer distances, as Lane Graves is going to get himself onto the circuit anytime now. Jordan Coontz going to be the highest position driver who is gridded up for the moment. We have 150 laps at the Milwaukee Mile to decide a race winner once more. The Brew City 150 field is almost entirely set. The remainder of these drivers will be led off by the 13 machine, and he has been the head of the B3 Motorsport front for quite a while now. His championship last season, not a great defense so far, admittedly running on the mid-pack for the past 2 races, making himself known at some moments, flashes of that brilliance that we know he has. These trucks seem to be at his playground. Milwaukee, might just be time for Lane Graves to shut out the field, get himself a dominating victory. But don't count out a guy like Cody Webster. He is one of those guys who will make a move when he needs to. As we're looking at Jordan Kuntz right now. Webster not on the track. Jordan Kuntz as well has a great shot. Matthew Weeks had a great run strategy. Did not do him justice at Auto Club, but now looking to make things right and make amends with the iRacing gods and see if he can make himself a winner tonight at the end of the day. Alec Daffin there as well. Cody Webster now going to be side by side. As 150 laps, we will have one, maybe two, given the length of this track, 2 laps of pacing. And we will get the show on the road here. It is going to be led by the driver of the 13 machine, Cody Webster, there as well. And it could be the 13th win for the taking. It ain't over till it's over, and it ain't even started. Looks like this could be the guy with everything going for him. Pace car still not moving just yet. Looking in the middle of the field, Talon Drake there had a great run. Alex Tallman surprised a lot of guys on Auto Club, and he was able to make strategy work out, run for about 10-15 laps up front. Pressy there, Davis Lewis in the mix, Sam Benson 20th, Brian Russo, Tyler Noth, Brandon Timon, Bryce Saucier, Michael Rosero. Looks like Coloni, Edmondson, Rexford, and the final driver not on the track looks to be the driver of Alec Daffin, who's now made himself driver here. 48 is going to be with the field as we get rolling. Lane Graves, Cody Webster, the two who lead us through. He will get ready 1 lap to green, led by the 13, and the remainder of the field is there to follow. We get started in the Milwaukee Mile, an incredible group of drivers as always, and they get to take on a short track for the first time this season. Daytona, 2.5 miles. Last time by, well, it was a 2-mile event. Auto Club, every track we've seen so far above the 2-mile marker, and now divide that number by 2. It's a 1-mile track here, and we have the most laps to account for it. 150 miles the distance. One of the greatest circuits on iRacing when it comes to very unique track action. I don't think there's any other track to compare to the Milwaukee Mile. Maybe New Hampshire. Great track itself, but it ain't Milwaukee, and we are not in New Hampshire. It is go time in the Brew City when the pace car dives in. Last season's champion looking to make himself known in this season's race for said title. The 4th season, the 3rd race, let's get going. Lane Graves going to lead him through with Cody Webster beside him. Green flag is out at the Milwaukee Mile. We are underway in the Brew City 150. And a great run there by the driver, the 13 machine, able to make himself known. Of course, the 91 there as well. And Jordan Kuntz is in the 3rd position. Alec Daffin going to be there as well. And they're going to all be sliding. As you can see, the good majority of the field still intact, as the majority of the field is now within about 7 seconds. Cole Woody starting from the pit to avoid any chaos, as Bryce Saucier going to drift it in, and he's going to lose it. And it looks like he almost lost it, and he does not. Saucier able to save it. Josh Coloni on the move as well. And Brian Russo in the mix with Brandon Timon in the 34 machine. And it looks like Michael Rosero in the 41 able to save it. Bryce Saucier now going to have some competition with Cole Woody. We are moving. Green flag is in fact out. 2 laps in out of 150. And it's still the 13 leading the 91 here. Lane Graves just holding on nice and smooth. This has got a bit of pressure for the driver of the number 91 machine. And let's take a look on board with the driver, of course, of Cody Webster. See what's going on there. As this is inside the driver of the 91's cockpit. See the minute hand movements that we've been mentioning all practice, all qualifying long. We really want to be delicate with it. See a little bit of rocking back and forth, but not as much as what we are accustomed to here in the iRacing service. We see a lot, of course, in real racing, but right now it's all about fine-tuning your motions. Lane Graves knowing this himself, and he's got it a bit more on the left side of the steering wheel. Might have a little more camber going there, although it is a fixed setup, so he just might find a trick by riding the track just a bit differently. It looks like an entire field is single file right now, and the 13 takes a wider approach into the entry of the turns, and that is something to note. The 13 going in just a bit wider, but you can see the 91 exits wider, and while that might just be able to give him just a bit more momentum, he travels more distance. In a track with such little banking, you're not able to counteract the distance you take with that banking as much as you'd want to. 13 and 91 continue to prove why they go back and forth week after week, and they are doing it once again. And Webster up front as he goes down to the inside line once again, trying to make something happen on the 91. Webster is all over the back bumper. Lane Graves here. Jordan Kuntz able to hold a nice distance 5 laps in. Still oh so close between the good majority of this field, all holding a delicate grasp on their trucks. Nobody having an incident just yet. It's in all clear skies here on the track, although it's not clear skies in the virtual Milwaukee Mile. Might be a bit partly cloudy, but either way, everyone holding it together as Kyle Jackson now going to go side by side with the 0-2 according to McCorkle. McCorkle able to get by him quite nicely. Joshua McQuiggan right in front of this mix. Everyone right now just holding it together, making sure they make it to the tail end of this event. As Graves holding on to Cody Webster's front end. And they are nose to tail attached to one another, it appears. 6 laps in, Webster, Graves peaking at the lead, but not able to take it just yet as the 91-13 goes first and second once more. It is now 7 laps in at a 150, and Alec Daffin able to make a move as well. 48 in front of the 91, and that's for 5th on the track. As we take a look at Alex Tallman right now in the middle of the pack, as we see every driver take it to the back straightaway. He's going to be about 13th. It's Saucier going to be there, and he has only one driver behind him, Cole Woody, having a bit of trouble. He's about 7 seconds off of the pack. His best lap of 31.061. So he did not get those tires warmed up the same way anyone who did a pace lap did. That might be a disadvantage. The 17 machine going to be the only driver to take it to pit road at the start, and he did not get that extra warmth in the tire. And that could be a disadvantage, a crucial disadvantage, as the night goes on. He's going to be way back on even Bryce Saucier, and Saucier is about 3.5 back on the remainder of the field here, as everyone piles into the back straightaway once again. And Alex Tallman going to be in his own world with Cody McCorkle watching the battle between McQuiggan and James DeCarlos. DeCarlos on the far outside and McQuiggan on the inside here. And this is a track with a lot of room, and you can see every driver is using that room to their advantage. The 39 machine now going to fall back just a bit, and now going to be in the sight of Cody McCorkle. And that outside line just not looking to be the place to be. He loses so much time taking it that it just looks like a disadvantage to even try to make a pass. And DeCarlos will have to stick to what he knows and go back to the inside line, and that's what he does. Talon Drake looked to be there with Aaron Brown. Brown going to fall back into 9th as Drake is in the 8th position, and Lane Graves going to be now in the 3rd spot. Cody Webster able to take the lead, and it looks like Lane Graves losing not 1 but 2 spots on the circuit. And we're going to take it back 60 seconds to see whether or not we can find out just why that happened. He will take a quick look at the battle for the lead. It looks like Webster might have been able to get to him when it comes to the track, and we will see whether or not. Lane Graves made a mistake. Caution is out, and we will take a look at that as well. Tyler Nolf going to be involved. This is how Lane Graves lost the lead, it looks like. Just going to go a bit wide that time by, not going to affect him all too much, and we will check it once more. And it just looks like the 91. It goes to the perfect line at the perfect time. It goes to the outside. He does on 13 as Tyler Nolf, one of the drivers involved. And let's send it back 60 seconds and see that incident and see what caused it. 34 going to get a bit squirrely off the back straightaway, and that might have been a sign that something was going to happen. That was Brandon Timon, and Timon just looks to have something all wrong with that 34, and doesn't look too bad this moment. You can see he was squirrely that time through. This could be where the incident happens, and no, that is not where it happens. However, the driver of the 61 absolutely going to be involved in something. We will see why, and it looks like it's actually going to happen right in front of them. And that is Nicholas Pressey, who gets involved. And as you can see right in front, Pressey goes in on Michael Rosero, and that might have been netcode, but they definitely do make contact at the end of it. So netcode to start, perhaps Sam Benson gets away, and then Benson going to spin it around, and it looks like the 94 and 12 get the worst of it. Not a lot of damage on display. The 94 able to take some spots back by not going down pit road. Cody Webster, 12 laps in, leading over Lane Graves, Matthew Weeks, who, as it stands, the 91 machine has a great hold over the remainder of the field so far. He certainly has something that these guys want, and that is that race leader. We're going to try to check in on the driver of Webster right now, as he is, of course, your race leader in that 91, pushing as hard as he can, and once again, looking to have a great one. Your winner at Daytona. It is Cody Webster, currently top of the board right now in that 91 machine. How do you feel fighting with the best of them up front in Milwaukee?
Man, it's I know I'm fast here, but I don't run here much. But I knew with me following Lane, I just couldn't follow behind him. I did not want him to control the race. I needed to control the race, and I feel good. I just, I didn't know if the pit there or not, so I just stayed with my current strategy from the start of the race and just run it as a 3-stop, and we'll see what happens here, because my teammate, he decided to pit, so now we're on 2 different strategies here. But I feel good being out front. I can control the field and hopefully keep it out front all race.
And absolutely out front, so we don't have much time. 1 lap to green. So any final thoughts regarding this race so far?
It's going well, great. It's going great right now. Just trying to keep it up front and make the sponsors happy and make the team happy.
And absolutely, the driver of the 91 machine winning the first race of the season, Cody Webster, looking to make sure he can do it again. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We drag him right back in. That is Webster, of course, in the 91 with Lane Graves right beside him in that 13. And Matthew Weeks, he's been here for quite a few weeks. He is back again looking for his victory. He's been real up front all season long so far. That number one on the win tally. Me, personally, I think he might be able to do it. We'll find out as the 91 and Cody Webster are going to lead him through once again. The iRacing pace car going to turn hard left there. And now it's going to be on for the driver of the 91 to lead him back. First reset of the night. Green flag is out, led by the 91. Lane Graves is going to be right beside him. And Matthew Weeks in third with Vinny Tigner in fourth. The Careless fifth. And Carter Casey position number 6. Now it's going to be Alex Tallman in 7th. Kyle Jackson in 8th. Luke Peters 9th. And Tyler Noth position 10 as they're double file in the back of the pack here. They're going to be a bit more aggressive than they were beforehand. 14 in out of 150. Sam Benson there as well. Michael Rosero in the mix. These guys who were involved in incidents beforehand already getting themselves back on their way. As not a lot of damage to anyone involved in that first caution. They are all close to one another here. It looks to be a gold mine for positions to be made up as Michael Rosero takes them 3, and he will get the spots only for now as they still dive. As it looks like Talon Drake going to be there in the middle, and he will be beside Cody McCorkle now. 3 wide, they are in front of the top 15 battle, and Michael Rosero able to get them spots, and he will now go side by side with Nicholas Pressey. Once again, no contact that time by, and they keep it clean. 15 in out of 150. Now, starting to approach the remainder of this event, and moving quite quickly. Now, Nicholas Pressey able to get through. He's got a Cody McCorkle right beside him. Everyone here is shuffling back and forth. And strategy might be the determining factor of who gets this victory. Webster over Graves, and now he's able to pull away. Might just have that long run car as we mentioned, and now he has a half of a second lead. We were thinking that practice run that we saw earlier beforehand, he had a bitter end, of course, with the wreck at the end of practice, but still a better run in practice in that long run with Lane Graves. And those two, while fast, it looks like they have different sets of speed. The 91 just might be the fastest on this long run with Lane Graves in the second spot, Matthew Weeks in third. Leading them all down the back straightaway once again, the 91 machine just seems to be the guy to beat so far as they set it into the third and fourth turns. Once again, undeniably going to be a great run for the 91 so far, and a lot of time to prove himself as the man to beat, as Lane Graves seemed to be that guy all through practice, all through qualifying, all through the warm-up even. And now the 91 coming out in force. Well, he has now a 4/10 of a second lead, going to be decreased just a bit. He still has that edge as the Careless going to go side by side with Carter Casey. James the Careless, the only guy trying to make that outside line work, and he's been all season long trying to make unique angles work at this track and every other track we've gone to. Daytona, he was trying to make that outside line work on his own auto club, going wherever, whenever, to make something happen on strategy. And now, him on the outside line more than any other driver. Luke Peters is going to go to the high side there, might be able to lose just a bit more time than he wants to. And you can see the Careless once again able to get a spot out of it. Luke Peters going to fall back, and now he's going to be chasing down Carter Casey and Alex Tallman in the back half of the top 10 as Cody Webster leads that front half of the top 10 and leads the race overall. And Graves now is catching up, and he might have some long run speed saved in the tank here. 19 laps on this run so far for both drivers, and tires might be just a bit warmed up. We saw that Webster tried to go hard earlier on to get that lead, and now it looks like the third team might be able to control this race. Down to the inside line once again, side by side. The 91 trying to hold on to the outside, but it looks like the 13 might have what it takes. Double file still, 20 laps in, and they will fight each other in the back straight to keep the victory. 13 still there with the 91 here. Matthew Weeks is getting himself into the top 3 spots, and he is on a tear at the moment. And they're going to be side by side for only a moment. Looks like now it will be the clear lead for Lane Graves as Matthew Weeks and Vinny Tigner get themselves in battle. And Webster now losing spots as he goes to the high side here, and it looks like Tigner making himself known as the driver of the 99 machine, getting right beside his teammate, the GoPro 99, right there with the 91. And they are oh so close to contact. Now Matthew Weeks trying to chase down your leader for that victory. Michael Rosero takes it 3 with Luke Peters. And Peters able to get the best of the Careless, and now it's going to be side by side between the 4 and 41, same sponsor. Just different numbers on those two trucks. They're able to get by in style, teamwork, going to be able to make something happen there as they are still rolling right in front. You can see Alex Tallman in the mix, and Tallman now fighting for a top 5 spot 2 weeks in a row. Has a lot of speed, a lot of promise as Jordan Coots goes up to the inside line. And Kyle Jackson goes side by side with James DeCarolis. DeCarolis now might be able to fall back in the pack. That is not good. Rosero on 11 lap old tires, Jordan Coots on 10 lap old tires. And it looks like Coots has something working here as his tires are just a bit younger than the remainder of the field, and he's gaining in slowly but surely on your leaders. The leaders all have 23 lap old sets on right now as it looks like someone's going to bin it in the back of the field. We heard something happen, and it looks like a lot of smoke for one driver as it looks like the Carol is now going to bump another, and that's going to be Cody McCorkle coming back on the track. Big time incident, multi-car involved, and Cody McCorkle might just bring out the yellow. That he does, and that is yellow number 2. DeCarlos bumps into McCorkle and gets Cole Woody as a result. No fast repairs here, but that is going to be damage that sticks for the remainder of this race. Let's take a look at the wider angle here, find out just what happened. 17 machine there. It all happened as the 02 makes some contact with the 34 and 39. 39 going to finish him off, and McCorkle tries to correct it, overcorrects it, and takes down Cody with him. And Cole Woody with Cody McCorkle both involved, and they both try to run away from it. That is going to be a lot of damage to work with all race long, as Cole Woody not on pit road just yet. The 39 machine is still on the track. DeCarolis going to get the better of that incident, even though he certainly does have some damage. 24 in out of 150. Damage already beginning to show on some of these guys' trucks so far. We are just getting started. Lane Graves take them down to pit road here. Cody Webster stays out. This is the biggest gamble as we see the first run of pit road for the leaders, as the remainder of the field still looks to be on track. A lot of these guys going to take themselves down. Alec Daffin going to take himself down for only a moment, as we will check on these guys in pit road. Lane Graves going to be part of that mix. And now Graves going to be on his way. Nicholas Pressey right behind him with Sam Benson. And they all roll out in style there, all at the same time. And then it's going to be Rosero and Luke Peters. And it looks like Matthew Weeks there as well. Vinny Tigner followed by the driver of the number 1. And it looks like it's going to be Saucier there with Kuntz and Tallman. Then it will be Vinny Tigner there, as well as Cody Webster, going to be the man who leads this one so far. The 91 leads them as the race off pit road will put the driver of the 13 on top in 9th. Tyler Nolf actually might have just won it with a 1-lap stint. He is in 8th. 61, the winner off pit road, it appears. He just plays the strategy game perfect, as Davis Lewis, the final driver who has not taken it to pit road once this event. We will see how long he's able to hold on to it. Cody Webster still leads over Alec Daffin now in the 2nd spot. 1 lap to green here, as drivers still go down pit road, including Benson and Pressey. And Aaron Brown now going to be in the top 5, and Brown has a shot, as he's, a matter of fact, on the podium now. And it's the highest he's ran all race long. Alon Drake in 5th, Brian Russo in 6th, and Davis Lewis in 7th. V3 Designs front still running great with different trucks up front trying to battle for that victory. As Lane Graves going to take it to a different strategy. Making something happen later on might just be the name of the game for the driver to the number 13. As right now he has the 60 and also the 3, his teammates up in front. Webster, Daffin, Aaron Brown, and Shaw Racing it. 2, 3, 4. Webster on his lonesome here. We will see what he is capable of doing in the 91 as Shaw is up front. And they will get back to the action this time by the iRacing pace car going to dive in once more, and it will be the 2nd restart of the night. Chevy on Chevy in the front row. Chevy on Chevy in the 2nd row. Green flags out as this is the 2nd restart. Back to the stripe. The 91 takes the lead. And it looks like Alec Daffin going to be there as well. Aaron Brown, Josh McQuiggan in the 5 machine. And it looks like the 24 for the first time is not going to be in this event tonight. The 24 usually driven by Alonzo King, a part-time ride with Alonzo King and Cameron Perez, and both of which not going to be there racing tonight. As McQuiggan with Talon Drake now in 5th, holding off Brian Russo, and Russo now making himself known just outside the top 5, trying to fight. But it looks like now Talon able to take that top 5 spot, and they're going to be 3 wide in the back of the pack. Josh Coloni there with the driver to Sam Benson. Will they consolidate down to 2 wide this time by the 33? Holds on, but only just, as 28 in. They are still fighting position in, position out. Front of the back, going to be single file once again. These guys up front able to take it nice and easy. Going to be a slow ride up front. Hold on and make yourself known at the end. 25 drivers took the start-finish line for this event, and only one retiree so far, and that is Brandon Timon. Look at the back of the back. Cody McCorkle has a lot of damage. Cole Woody holding on to the back of this field right now, and he is not in jeopardy of being lapped, although victory might be far-fetched for the 17. Nicholas Pressey, the slowest car without damage, it appears, as he's got the number 17 all over him, and Woody hoping to make some passes up. We go to the remainder of the field and look at them again. Vinny Tigner going to be side by side with the 61 of Tyler Nolf. And these boys are on the hustle, as James DeCarroll is still in the mix right there, with Luke Peters now going to be side by side as well. Michael Rosero able to hold on in 7th here, as he's going to try to go to the inside of Lane Graves, and that he will do. Graves not able to hold on to dominance now, as that mid-pack strategy decision not able to keep him up front, and now he is in jeopardy of making a few more mistakes and perhaps a few more incorrect decisions. We will see whether or not he makes them, as Cody Webster is still going to lead the way. Alec Davin in 2nd, Aaron Brown in 3rd, Joshua McQuiggan in 4th, Talon Drake in 5th, and Michael Rosero in position number 6. Then Lane Graves in 7th, Matthew Weeks in 8th, with Jordan Kuntz 9th, and Alex Tallman in position number 10. 31 laps in out of 50 here, the first 5th of the way. We have gotten through it. And Webster leads him still, with Alec Davin in Shaw Racing uniform in the 2nd spot. And Shaw Racing now going to be up there on the podium, dominating the podium, as a matter of fact, as they have their teammate in 4th as well right behind him. These guys up front certainly showing why they are the premier team here in this league. A lot of great drivers putting together a lot of great performances, and Shaw Racing out in front with a multitude of these guys fighting lap after lap, spot after spot. 32 laps in out of 150 so far. Cody Webster going to be there as well. Aaron Brown, Josh McQuiggan, and Michael Rosero going to be side by side with Talon Drake here. Matthew Weeks in 6th. Weeks still looking to make himself known here, getting that first victory on the season, and Matthew Weeks goes up once again. Looks like Jordan Kuntz going to be there in the mix. The 5 machine of McQuiggan there as well. Lane Graves in the number 13 machine in the 11th spot, and now trying to gain back in, but it looks like for Graves, he's having a lot more trouble focusing on getting back to the lead, as he has another driver go down to the inside on him. That is Carter Casey. They go 3 wide with Talon Drake, Alex Tallman, and Vinny Tigner. Tallman gets the better of all of them. Now it's going to be a big battle for the driver 13 to even hold on. At first, it was a question of how would anyone pass him. Now it's the question of how can anyone not pass him. With 13 losing time, Alec Daffin still in 2nd. Josh McQuiggan now on the high side, facing a similar trouble to the driver of the 13. And that outside line looks to be a sucker hole. If you're stuck there, you are stuck for a long while, as Graves gets himself back on the inside line. Down the back straightaway, he does have an advantage. Joshua McQuiggan does, but still not able to make anything happen so far for the 5 machine. The DuPont sponsored machinery falling back. Talon Drake there in 11th. Lane Graves in 12th. The Carolus 13th, and Sam Benson position number 14. Brian Russo in 15th, and Kyle Jackson in the position number 16. Down to the inside, now it's going to be Jackson making a move on Benson, and now that will be the battle for position number 15, as Benson has the edge in 14th, and we will see whether or not the driver of Jackson, of course, has the opportunity to make himself known once again. Talon Drake in 11th still, and he's got Lane Graves going down the inside behind him. He's got the driver of McQuiggan fighting with Talon Drake again. Drake going to go down the inside line, try to make something happen, as McQuiggan there as well. Double file once more, and these boys are on the move, trying to make something happen, trying to make anything happen. Now, double file, 35 laps in out of 150. How about we take a lap on board and watch the rear view mirror of the driver of the 70 machine and see how he's seeing it. And pulling away down the back straightaway, but coming into the turns, you can see everyone's able to shuffle themselves back into the play. And once again, everyone gets themselves tightened up, bundled up, and you see time after time, Talon Drake and company able to keep on fighting. As the driver of the number 2 machine, it is Michael Rosero still up there. And now 2 machine in terms of position. 41 making himself known as Alec Davin, now going to be in a multi-car battle for 3rd. Jordan Kuntz there, and Matthew Weeks on the inside line, and he has 2 guys going side by side in front of him for just a moment. that never seems to work out. But either way, still pushing as Alec Davin keeping himself in the mix, as it's now Jordan Kuntz in third and the driver of the 41 in Rosero in position number 1 as Rosero goes up to the top of the board and Cody Webster now going to fall off just a bit. Going to be a bit more trouble trying to hold on, as it will be the 41 with the edge coming down to the 38th lap at 150. Now taking control, the driver to the number 41 machine does. Jordan Kuntz right behind him. These boys are on a tear. The Mobile 141 up front, Jordan Kuntz second, and Matthew Weeks in third with Alex Tallman and Cody Webster now, as Tallman getting some pressure from the former race leader. Although no, it does not look like pressure down to the inside line. It is going to be a strategy call for the driver of the 91 machine. Into pit road for the first time tonight goes Cody Webster, and Michael Rosero leads the field with Jordan Kuntz at second. That's an interesting strategy call. Perhaps he's trying to make something happen and top off early and make himself good for the remainder of this one. But it is still a big strategy decision, as Webster is going to take 4 tires and fuel on pit road right now. And we will see whether or not that is going to be something that plays out correctly, as Cody McCorkle going to be able to pass him there. Rosero coming down to the start-finish line. Here we go to lap number 40. That is a risky play indeed. As you can see, he's going to be coming out right in front of the leaders. Rosero going to be going side by side with a lap car there. Webster really wants to make it happen, but it will not stick. And it looks like the 41 machine going to lose some time, but not a spot. The driver of the 91, and now Webster put some pressure on the 41. And this is when things get intense. We'll see how quickly he can run away from the driver of Michael Rosero. He's already going to go down on the inside line. It looks like he does indeed have that edge, and he is soaring. Gets him immediately, and that's going to disadvantage the 41. He loses a bit of time, gets it a bit squirrely, and Jordan Kuntz going to be benefited there, and that is some teamwork at play. The 91 going to take that alternate strategy call, and Jordan Kuntz almost gets the shot to the lead there. While it was a risky play, it almost worked out. The 41 definitely gets shaken up there, as Tallman going to be with Tigner, and Tallman goes high, Tigner goes low, and now it's going to be the advantage of the number 99. The 54 going to fall off just a bit, still has a lot of time to recover. Carter Casey 6th, Alec Davin 7th, as it looks like Talon Drake going to go side by side with Aaron Brown. Brown looking for 8th spot in the number 8 machine, and Talon Drake has that spot, and you know he wants it. He is all over the back bumper to the driver of the number 70 machine, and he continues to prove why Aaron Brown, of course, for Shaw Racing, pushing to the limit, trying to get himself up front in the championship hunt here, continuing to prove why he is able to do that. Just an aggressive driver, able to make calculated moves. James the Careless seems to be the king of aggression here in the Redline Truck Series. He is right there alongside the remainder of the race leaders. He is looking forward himself to getting into the mix. The 39 down there with the 8, as they will go in to the 43rd lap, and Aaron Brown gets ticked off just a bit there. You can see the rear end move around, and he's able to keep on to it, as it is just a slight tap to Careless Gibson. Could be a warning shot for what is next. Aaron Brown still looks just a bit quicker than the Careless, but that might be a sign of things changing. It is a sign of something to come. We will find out as this battle is raging on. The battle for the lead, however, not so much. Jordan Kuntz able to keep a healthy 0.2 of a second lead over, of course, Matthew Weeks in third, and Michael Rosero keeping a healthy lead over the driver of the 41 in himself. First, Kuntz not able to do much so far. Vinny Tigner in the 4th spot, Carter Casey in 5th, Alex Tallman 6th, Alec Davin 7th, and Talon Drake is in 8th in the 70. And you can see he's been able to clear himself for the remainder of this battle here. The Careless, and now Sam Benson, as Benson gets himself up into the back half of the top 10 here. And he is now going to be in 10th exactly, trying to take that spot away from Aaron Brown. Brown down to 9th. Looks like Talon able to make himself known in 8th. Alec Davin is in 7th here. And Alex Tallman is going to be now in position number 6. That is indisputable right now. It looks like Carter Casey might have some damage, and you can see that he is riding the seam. The number 54 machine is not going all the way down to the inside line and choosing to take it just a bit differently. 45 laps in, caution is out. It looks like the Carol's is going to be banged up again. This time it is pretty big. Let's find out just what happened here as we are looking into it. 46 in out of 150. Live from the Milwaukee Mile here on iRacing. Let's find out just what happened. He coming down to the inside of the racing surface. Might have just gotten loose himself. Gets almost up to Sam Benson, and no, that's huge net code. Really huge net code. And the 39 goes around as a result. The Careless, and he gets bumped off the wall. And he just gets slingshot just a bit off that wall, and that sends him around about 90 degrees. The Careless' day is done. And Michael Rosero is your race leader. That is a huge hit. And that takes the Careless down and out on that incident, and nothing more can be said as Rosero in the 41 machine leads the field here. And almost a third of the way through, he is up in the front of the pack. Jordan Coots in second. Looks to be a driver we could talk to. So how about we get a word from the driver of the 00 machine? Jordan Coots currently in that second spot here. And it looks like the pit cycle is going to be coming in once again. So how's the car feeling about... Actually, it's going to be a truck, of course. But how's it been feeling the first third of the way?
Well, it's been feeling good, really stable for my liking, but the strategy is going to be really interesting with how some people have less tire sets than others, and others like Cody pitting early. Going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I did get damage in that run, but now I'm going to get it all fixed, and hopefully the strategy can work in my favor.
And absolutely going to come out right in front of the 99 machine there, and going to be one of the winners off of pit road right in front of the remainder of the field. Michael Rosero goes off as well, and it looks like a tight battle between the leaders. So how's it been up front fighting for the top spot?
Well, it's been a good fight, fighting my way through the field to get to the front again, but ultimately I don't think that's for the win. It's going to really be about tire sets at the end.
And tire sets, one thing to watch, as it looks like we're going to be down on different stint this time by, and I believe it's going to be a maximum of 3 sets here, 3 extra sets as a matter of fact. So how is it going to be managing it from here on out?
Well, I just forgot to take fuel, so I just killed myself with track position. But tires, I just gotta save tire sets from here on out.
And it's all about managing strategy. So it looks like 1 to green this time by. Any final thoughts?
Just hope this plays out in my favor, and hope I got the right strategy at the end.
And there we have a 00 machine of Jordan Coots down on pit road. Thank you for your time. We get him right back into his voice chat there on his way. Matthew Weeks going to lead the way now over Carter Casey, Alex Tallman, Cody Webster, and then Michael Rosero. And the 11 machine out in front, and he's looking forward to making some waves here. We've seen him put on some great performances beforehand, and tonight might just be one of those, so long as he makes himself home up front. As Lane Graves going to be in the mix as well. We're going to be a bit further back. It's going to be Carter Casey in second now. The 11 and the 1. Your front row, all ones up front, and position number 1. Just back to the stripe for the third restart of the night. Lap 50. Let's get to it. Green flags out once again. Here we go once more. And a great start for the driver of the 11 machine. Nobody going to be on his level there. And everyone going to be able to keep it clean, keep it green. As it looks like Cody Webster now going to be about 3 wide for the second spot already. And a lot of intense action so far. Carter Casey, Alex Tallman there in the middle. 3 wide. It will be the driver of the 91 as Tallman going to be the next man to hold on. And it looks like Matthew Weeks now going to be able to gap the field as we see one driver go way around almost. And that's going to be Aaron Brown able to save it quite nicely. Everyone keeps it straight so far. The battle for the lead, it will rage on as soon as the battle for the lead is concluded. Of course, battle for second on its way right now. And it looks like Tallman not going to be able to hold on. The new tires, the driver of the 91 will keep him out front with an advantage here. And Matthew Weeks now has a driver with 14-lap younger tires chasing him down to the stripe uninterrupted by any other driver. He's able to gap them now. It looks like the guys with newest tires are not able to do much so far as they are stuck in between. You can see the shuffling of everyone so far. Cody Webster able to get away from every bit of it. The 91 leading over the remainder of these guys so far. Alec David able to get into the third spot here. As we see, caution is out once again, and we will see why. It looks like Bryce Saucier going to get involved with Cole Woody. So let's take it back half a minute and see just what happened. Cole Woody certainly not in the pack tonight. We will see whether or not Saucier the cause of this one for certain. Or if someone spun him, tapped him, it could have happened. You could see 94 there with the 07, and the 07 going to go down to the inside line. It looked like he will go up the track just a bit, and Brian Russo going to dive it in, and they make contact from there. And the 07 goes for a hard lick right down the track, and Cole Woody going to be able to avoid it, and it will be the 07 keeping himself on the track, but the engine is smoking, so I think that could be terminal. when it comes down to his race performance, he's going to have to come down pit road and fast. The engine could expire on the track, and that would be the night for the driver of the 07 Stacier. Not a lot of luck here in Milwaukee. The 11 of Matthew Weeks leads the way over Cody Webster and Alec Daffin in the third spot. 53 in out of 150. Still a lot of time to decide this one, as we are now under the 100 lap marker. The first 53 have gone by quite quickly. Now we are getting on to the remainder of the strategy call. As a few guys go down pit road, Aaron Brown going to lead a few in the back. But it will not be the race on pit road that we are worrying about, as Matthew Weeks leading them down with what is currently 97 laps remaining here at the virtual Milwaukee Mile. This is the Brew City 150. It looks like Alec Daffin in the third position, and he is with Shaw Racing right now in that 48 truck and able to put himself in the podium. His teammates are not too far behind him, so every one of them still looks to have a great chance. Everyone going to come back onto the track once more. 97 remain here. How about we get a word from the man in that third spot? It is Alec Daffin, Shaw Racing, number 48, third spot at the moment. So how do you feel going into the remainder of this one?
I'm feeling pretty good. I wasn't sure how my speed was going to be tonight, but it's been pretty good so far. I think my long run speed, I kind of fell off a little bit there that last run, but if you just manage the right front, I think I'll be all right. So just got to do that.
And certainly a lot of time to manage strategy, so 97 laps to go, going to become 96 this time by, and tires seem to be the name of the game. You're on a bit of a younger set compared to the guys in front of you, so how will be managing that this restart?
Yeah, I can't remember if I'm on the same tires as Cody or not. I know Matthew's on older tires, though, so we're just going to try and take care of it here. If we can catch them fast and great. If not, we'll just ride behind here and try to hope for better things later in the race.
And absolutely one agreement here, so any final thoughts?
Go get him, Pitter Fire. Let's get at her.
There we go. Driver of the 48 machine, Alec Daffin, looking for yet another strong run tonight. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Dragging him right back into his voice jet there with Shaw Racing, and he is going to be on the move once again. Daffin for Shaw carrying the torch. A great run at Daytona, almost there at Auto Club. Looking forward to securing the first victory on the season, as he will have to fight with Matthew Weeks and Cody Webster so far to get himself back out front. The iRacing Pacer going to dive in once again. Fourth restart of the night here. We will get back to the show as soon as it is diving in. Green flag's going to be out this time led by the driver of the number 11 machine, Matthew Weeks. Going to lead Alec Daffin and Cody Webster. Green flag once again. A great start once again for your leader. They always get that great jump no matter who it is. It's a side-by-side battle between Alec Daffin and Talon Drake for positions 3 and 4. Nobody able to hold on to 95 laps to go. And the front runner is able to pull away once again. Still a great maneuver as the 11 machine able to pull off as if nothing is wrong. Older tires are not going to deny him of keeping himself out in front. And a 91, 17 lap old tires. Alec Daffin with 8 lap old tires, and the remainder of the field double file in the back, and they are all going to be able to keep it straight. It looks like Lane Graves up to fit, and now the driver who dominated the early segment of this race, the very early segment of this race, granted, now back out in this mix and might be able to keep himself as a perhaps front runner later on. We will see what he's capable of. It is all possible as the race goes on. Matthew Weeks still leading the way so far in the number 11 machine, and Cody Webster is on his tail. And now it's going to be one going down to the inside line. That's Alec Daffin with Cody Webster, and Talon Drake going to follow him right through. Double file for second they go. Daffin, Webster, 2x2. They will not be just yet. It's going to be a 2x1 battle there. And it looks like it's going to be Webster who gets the disadvantage, and Alec Daffin gets it with 93 laps to go. Another caution. And let's find out why Josh Coloni involved. Instant replay on the matter here. It looks like Cody McCorkle alongside Kyle Jackson. And this was at the back of the pack, so let's take a quick look and find out just what happened. And if 92 remain, Coloni goes way high, tries to back it down low, and it looks like he just ends up involved with McCorkle, and he gets tagged right off McCorkle and sent into the outside wall. And that is your yellow flag, 59 in out of 150. Yet another incident, and this time by the driver of the 33, the most affected. That might have been netcode as well. Big time pop. The driver of the 33. And he will keep it rolling nonetheless. It's Matthew Weeks leading the way over at Alec Daffin, Talon Drake, Cody Webster, and Lane Graves. McQuiggan is in 6th, Luke Peters in 7th, and Alex Tallman in 8th so far. We get back to the action very, very soon, and let's see whether or not anyone comes down pit road. It looks like this time by they will not, besides Cody Webster. And Webster going to keep that alternate strategy intact here. It's going to be quite different to see how he holds on to it. He has been different from everyone so far in this race. 60 in out of 150. 91 laps remain in this event here, the Brew City 150, and we have 91 miles remaining. Here's get down to the start-finish line for the final time and say hello to a new race winner, perhaps. Seriously, could come down to a returning win. That is all to be determined as this race goes on. As Alec Daffin up front now in second, Talon Drake makes it into third, Lane Graves in fourth, Joshua McQuiggan is in position number 5. And how about the runs going on for these guys? Cody Webster, Jordan Kuntz, the guys who have been up front all season long. Webster gets that incredible Daytona victory. Now at a short track, trying to keep it together, as this is one of the tracks where you have to be on the brakes. You have to be way off the throttle. Not like Auto Club. This is certainly a different style of racing. These drivers have to get used to it in order to keep themselves in the mix, perhaps for the victory. We now head once again to 1 lap to go. 90 laps remaining in this race overall, and 1 lap remaining until we get this restart underway. Matthew Weeks still holding the torch up here. The remainder of the field are trying to keep him in distance. Shaw Racing 48, 36 laps on the tires. The 11, of course, has Daffin with much younger tires, might be able to make something happen on the outside line and perhaps take a commanding run into that first turn. An opportunity to behold for any driver. 48 might just have a front row seat at taking that chance. Talon Drake right behind. If anything goes wrong for these two and they fight each other just a bit too hard, might be able to sneak to the inside line and perhaps make himself known. Not far out of this winning battle. It could come down to him as well. 90 laps remaining here in Milwaukee. It will be the iRacing pace car coming down once again. 5th restart of the night here, 61 laps in. We will head back to the green flag. Let's see if we can get a long green flag running from here on out. Green flag will go this time by. Matthew Weeks leads them down again with Alec Davin with much younger tires right beside him. Let's go racing. Daffin not able to make anything happen that time by. Lake Graves in third gets a much better start. Still, it looks like Matthew Weeks able to pull away quite far over the remainder of the field just for now. And it is going to be the 11 up in front. Alec Daffin still in second, as he is now going to go to lead. This time by, going down to the inside line. The 48 trying to make it happen today. He's going to be able to make it stick. Now the 48 out in front, and nobody on his level as he gets back to the lead. That time through, it will be position number 1 up to the point for the driver of the 48 machine for the first time all race long. New race leader, and it is Alec Daffin with Lay Graves down chasing him. Let's ride on board with the driver of the 13 machine and see what he sees. And now Lane Graves within 0.2 of a second. In terms of leading this one, he is oh so close. Alec Daffin still right in front. Graves from the middle of the pack earlier on, his strategy now playing out just a bit better. And he's able to gain a lot more time that we were not expecting him to get back with 87 laps remaining. Might just be able to make it happen. And now on a tear here as Luke Peters in third, Matthew Weeks in fourth, Talon Drake in fifth, and Aaron Brown in position number 6. Joshua McQuiggan, Nicholas Pressey in the 7th spot. It looks like Nicholas Pressey goes down to the 8th as Aaron Brown able to take that spot away. Now McQuiggan fighting with Aaron Brown here, and Talon Drake right in front, 2 teammates here when it comes to McQuiggan and Brown, so they're holding on nose to tail. Matthew Weeks follows down to 4th. He has a total of about 23 more laps on the tires than anyone else in the field. How about that? So it's really impressive. He's able to hold on quite nicely so far. No wrecks he's caused. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. And the driver, the 11 machine, so much more age on his tires. The advanced age, not holding him back all too much. Although now he might be able to lose a few more spots. And now he looks to be in jeopardy to lose to McQuiggan, to Brown, and even to Nicholas Pressey. Pressey now making a strong run. And a surprise to be sure, but he's able to keep himself out in front. His teammate not having the best night. He's already down a retiree. 23rd on the charts. Cody McCorkle, final driver on the track so far in the O2 machine. He is about a lap down. Looks like he actually has a sustainable car to hold on to the back end of the pack. Cole Woody going to be there as well. And he's going to be almost a lap down. He's going to be much slower. But Josh Coloni going to be 20th spot on the board. So it looks like about 20-odd drivers still in this one. 84 remain for the 48 so far. The inverted number there as the 48 leads them down with 84 to go. Blake Graves still right there. And Luke Peters up into third. Talon Drake in fourth. It's been a revolving door, to say the least. For every driver in every position so far, if you're up in one spot in 10 laps time, you won't be there. And it looks like Milwaukee able to generate some chaotic racing in that fashion. 83 remaining, so certainly going to be a tough one for anyone to hold on to a similar spot for a long period of time. And with a guy like Alec Davin knowing this, he's just going to have to hold on as much as he can. Lane Graves might use up his stuff trying to pass him, and that is okay. If you let someone use it up on you, might be able to reel him back in with a few laps time. Nicholas Pressey going to go side by side with Matthew Weeks, and it looks like that time by, Weeks able to lose a spot, and Nicholas Pressey able to gain it. Now up into 7th, and Aaron Brown and Josh McQuiggan, the teammates, going to go side by side for only a moment. They will file back in single file indeed. Now back in the back, it's going to be Sam Benson with the driver of the 54 and Alex Tallman. And now down to the back, we saw Tallman up to the top 5 earlier. He's on a 44 lap old set of tires with a little bit of damage. That combination is not good at all. You see Matthew Weeks falling down through the pack, and he doesn't even have damage on the car. So imagine having damage with an aging set of tires like that. Hard to hold on. That looks to be the problem for the driver of the number 54 machine. Aaron Brown going to be there as well. Luke Peters in the 3rd spot. Lane Graves in 2nd. And now it still is the driver of the Alec Davin machine, of course himself, leading in a 22-lap stint. 40 laps might just be the realistic limit, because Matthew Weeks has not come down a pit road, but whenever he does, that will signal to these guys, hey, we can go this long, or hey, we shouldn't go this long because we're losing this much spots. This many spots might just be the breaking point for Matthew Weeks. Going to lose more time once again around the outside. He's just not able to hold on right now. Not good at all, and he will continue to try to make something happen on that outside, but it looks like it still is going to be a big problem for him. Weeks goes down a totem pole, and he's going to have to wait 2 weeks to get back up. We're taking a 1-week break after this one in the Stock Car Racing League because Daytona, the Xfinity Series event, and the ARCO event will coincide with the date of course, the next week originally planned. And speaking of ARCO events, we're proud to announce that Fireball Talks NASCAR is sponsoring Brayton Laster and the 03 Mullins Racing ARCO machine. We will, in fact, be on the rear bumper, and our QR code will be available to scan for any fan who has access to a great look at the 03 machine Mullins Racing ARCO Daytona. February 18th, mark the date. We'll be live at Daytona on Fox Sports 1. Fireball Talks NASCAR goes real world racing, and we're sponsoring an ARCA Racing Series car, the ARCA Menard Series, home to some of the greatest development drivers, and we are proud of that kid, Brayton Laster. And of course, proud partnership with Presley Sora as well. Sora and Laster able to bring this partnership together. We are greatly happy, of course, greatly proud to have both of them. 2 great drivers with a high ceiling for the both of them, as Presley Sordo will carry the Fireball Talks NASCAR QR code all season long. As he races in Indiana, the short track swing for him, and we hope to see him have great success. This type of success that Alec Davin is having right now, as the 48 machine leading by a decent margin. It isn't a wide margin, but he's able to hold on to that lead lap after lap. Not much jeopardy in terms of losing it or gaining it, and he's just able to hold on, coast quite nicely, as with 77 laps remaining, nobody on the level of the man of that 48 machine, and time after time he proves that he has what it takes, as the 48 and 13 are still first and second. Nobody in range of these guys up front. They just continue to make stuff happen no matter what they face. A 48 machine going to have one driver go way high, and Lane Graves going to go right there with him. Luke Peters is going to be in the 3rd spot. Talon Drake in 4th. Joshua McQuiggan in 5th. And Aaron Brown going to be in position number 6. Nicholas Pressey is going to be in position number 7 with Carter Casey in 8th. And then it's going to be Vinny Tigner right behind him. This is a 2-car battle here with a 1N94, and 76 laps will remain here. There's going to be Carter Casey there alongside Pressey and Tigner. 76 remain in this fight. Talon Drake with Joshua McQuiggan, Nicholas Pressey, Vinny Tigner in the mix as well. And it is going to be a close fight between every one of these drivers, as Matthew Weeks going to be in the window right now. And the 11 machine slowly but surely gaining in on this pack. it will be a slow but sure fight up. Michael Rosero in 13th, as we got one that's going to hit the wall, and he's going to take a big blow. Sam Benson able to save it, but he definitely takes a hard hit there, and you can see he is all scuffed up on that side of the car halfway through the race, and he gets the biggest damage load that he's gotten all night long, and that's going to be a hard one to work with the remainder of the way. And you can see he's squirrely all over the place. 28 lap old tires, so maybe something's wrong with the truck here, but he has something going on there as he's losing some spots, losing some time, and certainly had it all out of sorts. He might have just abused the tire just a bit too hard, pushed it up into the wall, and now able to keep himself composed. But a lot of trouble he could be in as one goes down to the inside on him. That is Kyle Jackson. Jackson going to be able to take it down there. As double file, they will be once again. Alex Tallman in the 19 machine in terms of position. Going to be there as well. And Josh Coloni, 20th on the board. Cole Woody being the first man in jeopardy of being lapped here. Alec Daffin gaining in on him with 73 laps remaining on the charts. And Lane Graves still right beside him. These two are running the show, and they are running it with force and authority. The Shaw Racing 48 with the Lane Graves machine. 1, 2, the 48, and the 13. Nobody on their level still, and they lead the field by about 2.5 seconds collectively. They will continue to be nose to tail for as long as they can keep it together. We will see if they're able to hold on to it. How about we look at it once again? Let's take a lap on the rear end of the driver of the number 48 machine and see how he sees it. And you would see going down to the inside, Lane Graves able to hold on to it. Then coming up to the high side, Alec Daffin takes it just a bit differently. Alec Daffin has his social media plastered over the rear banner, a great way to identify himself. But Graves now making moves slowly but surely, getting up to the inside, lunging in, lunging out. Graves in second. Alan Drake in position number 3, 72 laps to go. They still hold on. As Joshua McQuiggan now in his own world. How about we check in the middle of the pack here? It looks like it's going to be side by side with Jordan Kuntz, Michael Rosero, and now Cody Webster there as well. And you can see these two are about the closest guys in the pack. Davis Lewis able to get by the driver of the number 16 machine, Tyler Note, there as well. They will all fight one another as long as they can. Sam Benson right now will be down on pit road, and he's already going to take some strategy into the equation. He went about 40-odd laps there that time by, and Matthew Weeks coming on as well. He already just came out of pit road, so it looks like the limit has been found, and it's about 50-odd laps. So guys like Shaw Racing's Alec Daffin, guys like Lane Graves, they might just be able to make something happen here. And it looks like Luke Peters in the 4th spot, Josh McQuiggan in 5th, Aaron Brown in 6th. These guys have about 17 odd laps remaining in their strategy, so they could be able to get one more run in as soon as. They might have to top off very late into this race without a caution, as one going to swerve. That's Cole Woody. Woody going to go to yet another lap down there. 69 laps remain, and a nice time for these guys to figure out their strategy and get their affairs in order before we get to the remainder of this event. Aaron Brown now going to be side by side with Carter Casey, Vinny Tigner. Double file they go, the 69 lap to go marker already out. You can see now Aaron Brown going to lose just a bit of time there in 99 as we see whether or not these guys can go all the way green. Just might be able to do just that. 17 drivers on the lead lap. Josh Coloni, the last of which he's about 22 seconds off the leader. It might just be possible for the driver of the 48 to chase him down as Alec Daffin has been on a tear. Lane Graves has been behind him. He might just used up all his stuff chasing him down. The clean air looks to be the biggest benefit for any driver, and it looks like Alec Daffin has more of it than anyone else. Using it quite nicely here in the Brew City 150. They all drive yet again down to the front straightaway, and it still seems the 48 machine has what it takes to lock this one up and lock this one down in and out. It's been a great performance for the driver of the 48, and nobody seems to be on his level. If you enjoyed the action, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Live on the Fireball Talks NASCAR YouTube channel. We love supporting these great drivers, and we've had 2 great races put on tonight. Of course, the Beckman Designs 300 went up until 7 Eastern earlier on, and now we have Alec Daffin fighting with Lane Graves, and the trucks never disappoint, and that's why we have another announcement. And if you might have heard it beforehand, you might have not. Alec Daffin, of course, in these trucks right now, and a lot of these guys have higher I ratings, so you might just see them as we broadcast the second split of the iRacing Road to Pro qualifying series every other Thursday night, live on the Fireball Talks NASCAR YouTube channel starting this week, 9 Eastern, with, of course, Daytona International Speedway. Where else to start a season besides Daytona? Just no other place besides the place The World Center Racing, of course, is held. Daytona Beach, great action there. These guys might just be on that race. 6,000 iRating, it's a real high amount. A lot of guys don't ever get up to like 5 or don't even get up to like 4,000. So this number, these guys have a lot of skill and a lot of ability. They could make it happen up in the top ranks and perhaps make themselves competitors to get up to the eNASCAR iRacing Coca-Cola Cup Series, where hundreds of thousands of dollars are available. iRacing has a ladder of competition, and right now these guys are fighting for certain, no matter what the competition is for. As we have one guy blowing up right now, big incident. Cole Woody looks to have exploded the engine, and let's see. Yeah, he's been down for quite a while. Looks like something might have just blown. Let's ride on board and see if he grenaded it. And we're gonna ride it back just a bit, and he just has it blow up on him. And you can hear the change in tone there. Cole Woody, the engine blows and it nades on him. And that will be it for the driver of the 17. Unfortunately, gets caught up in an early wreck, and that will be his doom. And the 17 does not fix enough damage, and he will have that car in irreparable state. The battle for the lead goes on. Josh McQuiggan there on your screen. Aaron Brown going to be right behind Vinny Tigner and Carter Casey. The top two guys are separated once again within 0.2 of a second. Nobody's this close in the remainder of the field right now, and these guys are the ones to watch for a reason. Not only the reason that they are up front, but it looks like the reason that they are having the best battle out of anyone on the track, and they continue to prove why they're up front for a great reason. The inside line will be held, and it will be held nicely by the top two guys. Talon Drake in third, Josh McQuiggan in the fourth spot now, and it looks like Matthew Weeks able to gain himself up on this lead battle, trying to get himself unlapped. There's about 10 laps remain in this stint, and it will be jeopardy to see if these guys can play the fuel saving game just enough, keeping himself in it for all of this event. And perhaps have only one more pit stop, and it looks like Matthew Weeks going to take it by Lane Graves, and Graves gives it to him quite easily. The 48 will see whether or not he has to defend on it, or if he lets him by on the front stretch. Looks like that time by, Matthew Weeks going to go side by side with your leader, and it will not be an easy battle between the two, and it will be to the 11's benefit at the tail end of it. One driver going to fall way down. Luke Peters going to be low on the order. If he goes down to the back straightaway and will make himself home on the pit road from the back straightaway. He goes to pit road. He will be down on pit road for the first time tonight under green. And Tyler Knoll still on the track right now. And we will continue to watch as Cole Woody on pit road getting everything repaired to perhaps get himself back out on the track. But it's going to be a slim shot as they catch up to yet another lap driver. Josh Coloni gets put one down. The Shaw Racing 48 is out in front of Graves. Out in front by a decent margin here. It is these two guys out over the remainder of the field, and they now have about a second over the first and second guys over the third, as McQuiggan is in fourth. Talon Drake now within a second here, and he is pushing through guys, trying to make himself part of this lead battle. He looks to be about 0.2 a second faster every single lap as he drills by Coloni. And now Alec Davin and Lane Graves first and second with 60 laps to go. Going to be ticking down even further than that. These boys up front now facing some trouble that they have not seen trouble in paradise. These guys have led so long that Graves now is pushing once again to get in front of Daffin. And the reason might just be Talon Drake getting oh so close to the front of this battle. And now it looks like Lane Graves goes down to the inside line, and this could be a new race lead, and it will be for the driver of the 13. 59 to go. Lane Graves takes the lead, and they have trouble brewing in their paradise. It's now within 1 second for Talon Drake, gaining in on your race leaders like it's nothing. 58 now remain, and Alec Daffin loses a bit of time on Graves as it looks like Graves is pushing him to the limit, and he will be able to gap him. The 48 machine being gapped after leading for about 30-odd laps there. Doesn't hold much longer than that. It won't hold, as Graves now going to be able to lead him down to the pit road. The pit cycle will have the edge. That is especially important. If you can't hold someone down on the pit cycle, you are done for. And now, with Graves having that great edge, might just be able to make something happen. As Alec Daffin in second, Talon Drake in third, McQuiggan is in fourth, Carter Casey in fifth, Tigner is in sixth here. He tries to make it by Carter Casey. Now they're going to be close to one another within about 0.2 of a second as well. And it looks like Casey has about 6 laps younger tires. The guys in front, including Joshua McQuiggan, so McQuiggan might have some trouble as they come down to their pit cycle any moment now. As Michael Rosero's teammate and Luke Peters are going to go right by the 13, and these guys on new tires are faster. Here's them down to the back straightaway with that much of a concern. Or machine gets out in front of your leader. And still the leader, of course, Lane Graves. You have just about 5 laps until these guys come down pit road. The window is about 50 laps. They will try to hold on until 50 to go to guarantee they make it all the way. Talon Drake on the bumper of Alec Daffin. And now the battle for the second spot, it is heating up once again. Incredibly, these boys have no quit, and they will fight even to the end of the pit cycle. The pit run will be in only a few moments for these guys up front, as guys have already gone in, such as Luke Peters. Peters going to be able to come out just a bit early, tries to get the undercut on these guys, and we will see whether or not that works out. Cole Woody still on pit road here. McCorkle on his way. Stan Benson now going to be fighting with, it looks like Brian Russo, but for a position it'll be Alex Tallman in 19th on his own world, and Alex Coleman is going to be there with Coloni. Coloni, they're going to be 19th and 18th respectively. Luke Peters, last man on the lead lap, he gets it back. Lane Graves still needs to lead them down onto pit road. Is like now Alec Davin has the edge over Talon Drake. Not a big edge, but it is an edge nonetheless, as these guys have ran green ever since about 90 odd laps to go, and it's been a great green flag run as we are almost up to 100 laps into this event. 0 going to go right by Brian Russo there. Peters not in the sight, but his teammate Michael Rosero is going to be, goes right by Brian Russo, and that is for position number 9, able to clear him that time through. No smoke on the track and no cautions in quite a while. Lane Graves leads them into the 50th lap, and it looks like 50 laps is a possibility, as Graves still holding on. Alec Davin, a lot of pressure from Talon Drake. They will move in succession. 13 any moment now will lead them down pit road, and it will be the final pit cycle for the leaders. Vinny Tigner, 44 laps into his run. Jordan Kuntz, 38 into his run. He should be able to top off quite nicely. And this is where separate strategies become a part of racing. Someone like Kuntz could go all the way easily. If he gets one more pit stop in, it will be a stretch for a guy like Graves, and Graves is running hard as McQuiggan comes into pit road after about 45 laps on that run. So going to be a bit shorter, tries to get that undercut, and he knows that he can make something happen from here on out. Lane Graves, though, has to think quick. He will come down pit road any moment now as lap 99, and this could be the moment of truth, and that it is not. He will go to the 100th lap without going to pit road, and we will be led down with 51 laps remaining. Driver of the number 13 with Alec Daffin there as well. Look at that, fighting unbelievably. They're fighting hard as ever. Still is Vinny Tigner in 5th, Aaron Brown in 6th, Jordan Kuntz in 7th, and Brian Russo in 8th. Kyle Jackson is in the 12th spot, fighting hard as ever, as Lane Graves in the 13 machine, holding on strong, and he will be able to go the rest of the race as long as he comes down pit road any moment now. 51 to go, gone 52 laps on this stint. Go all the way if he wants to, but it will be a risk. 50 now remain, as will be Talon Drake coming down pit road that time by, and he had about 53 on his stint. Alec Daffin and Lane Graves are the big what-ifs. They lead by about 6 seconds over the remainder of the field here. It is Carter Casey in the 3rd spot, now up into 3rd. Got Vinny Tigner right behind him. Graves and Daffin are the guys to watch, I think. If you want to have your strategy work out to the remainder of the way, you will see when they go in, and this time by for Lane Graves, it will be time to go in. Alec Daffin going to be left out to dry, but Graves goes in, and the 13 going to be able to make his final stop of the night. 53 laps on that stint. Alec Daffin going to take 54. He's got McQuiggan right behind him there, and now McQuiggan goes by, and this could be the signal to go from here on out. The 48 has the 5 right by him. Teammates, they head into the 3rd and 4th turns, and this could be the final run for the 48 before he heads to pit road. As Graves heads down to 6th spot, now 7th, now 8th. Alec Daffin will not take it down to pit road this time by, or will he? Yes, he does. A much more aggressive exit, and now it will be Alec Daffin making his way, exiting turn 4 and entering pit road. He is on it, and Carter Casey leads lap 102 of 50. 48 laps remaining here, and now things are getting intense. Aaron Brown, 3rd spot at the moment. Kyle Jackson there as well, as Lane Graves currently is 11th on the board, trying to catch up to his rival in this event. Daffin, he comes down to the front straightaway here. This could be it. Daffin has to get off pit road right now, and yes, he does. Now he's on the move. He's going to be almost past there. Talon Drake goes by. Lane Graves goes by. That's going to be it. If he doesn't have enough speed from here on out, he has to go now, and he has McQuiggan as a helper. and it will be all about getting your move on immediately. And now he has the toe of his teammate, but it might not be enough. McQuiggan cycles out in front of his teammate in Alec Daffin, and Leigh Graves cycles out in front of the both of them. Talon Drake, though, gets the better cycle overall, and Drake will be promoted to the lead when Peters, Weeks, Webster, Kuntz, Brown, Tigner, and Carter Casey coming out of pit road any moment now. And it looks like the next man to go in is going to be the driver of the number 1 machine. It will not happen that time by, and we will see whether or not it happens to anyone, and it looks like it will be the 99 instead. Vinny Tigner goes down. Aaron Brown does not go down. Jordan Kuntz does not, and Cody Webster, similar situation. And now Matthew Weeks going to be the next man to focus on. The 91 and 11 will choose not to go in that time by, and they have a lot of room to choose it. So delegations to pit road, they're going to be pretty obvious, as Cody Webster going to fall down the running order. Carter Casey is your leader. He has 46 laps remaining, but it will be a slim shot, quite frankly, get this victory, unless he's going to try to get lesser fuel and push it to the end. It could be a risk worth taking. He head back on to the circuit with only a few laps remaining, a handful compared to the 150 we started with. As everyone goes down pit road, Matthew Weeks will drift up. Caution flag is out for a 1-car incident there, and it's a big one. It will change the complexion of this race, that's for certain. Let's find out just what happened. Instant replay. The driver of the 11 machine going almost all the way around, and that brings out the yellow there. Everyone's going to fight 3 wide after that long run, about 50 laps worth of length. We will see what happened. The 11 there with the 91. Oh, and the 4 is going to tag him with Luke Peters. That is your yellow. I think they expected much worse, and that brings out the yellow flag nonetheless, and everyone's going to be cycled in at the same time. Pit stop strategy going to change big here. And now Daffin going to get a second chance. Jordan Kuntz comes down. Guys who went down pit road have the edge now. This could be huge. Aaron Brown there, Tigner, and this will change the complexion of this race. That's for certain. Looks like Luke Peters leads the remainder of the field as we will send it to a brief Fireball Talks nonstop, a quick ad break, quick promotion for our associates who keep us in, week out. We got to thank every single one of them, and we will be right back as this is Fireball Talks nonstop. You won't miss a beat of nonstop racing. We're going to keep you up to date no matter what happens here. You will see the racing, and we will take a quick break and be right back.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Thank our partners there. We get back to the live feed. Fireball Talks nonstop is over, and we will get back to the racing here as we have 2 laps to green, and it will be a great show with Leigh Graves there, Alec Daffin in the mix, Aaron Brown there as well, and Vinny Tigner in the 5th spot, Luke Peters there, and everyone going to be able to get cycled back in. We set the show back on the road once more, and it will be a great show from here on out. That is for certain. Everyone moving themselves back up into the front of the pack as 42 remain for this field of about 20-odd drivers remaining in this event so far. We will see how many of them are able to hold on as the night goes on, and it will get slowly but surely toward the conclusion of this event. We'll see who is able to make it happen and who is not able to make it happen. We are double five with Talon Drake leading the way, and it will be Talon Drake, the 70, holding on over, of course, Leigh Graves Alec Daffin, the boys who have dominated this one so far have been able to keep it up front for a reason, and that reason is consistency, and it is key. Let's find out this time by if they will be able to keep it consistent and keep themselves up front. 42 laps to go. We go green once again this time by. Let's head back to the action. Pace cars in. This is going to be the sprint to the line. Green flag is out, led by Talon Drake. And Drake holds him off steady so far. Everyone's able to keep it going. Godset coming to the chassis and go 48. Alec Daffin now going to be up there, and he's going to be able to make a nice move as he's got a Shaw Racing teammate in Aaron Brown right beside him. And how about that? They're all rolling strong as everyone keeps it together thus far. Aaron Brown going to be there as well. Happy to ride on board for just a moment with the driver of the number 8 machine from the nose camera. And Aaron Brown right behind his teammate now. Talon Drake in the first spot, holding on strong. And look at that, Alec Daffin in second, and the 8 machine right behind him, the 48 and the 8, second and third with Lane Graves in the 4th spot. And now it's going to be 5th position with Jordan Kuntz fighting with Vinny Tigner. Now, Lane Graves has to think of something here as he's now got Jordan Kuntz right up on him. Kuntz disposes quickly of the 99. It goes on to the 13 as 39 laps remain. And now the 13 gets shoveled right out of line. And this could have been the race for the driver of the 13 to pull away. However, now everyone looks to be dead even. Talon Drake has the edge over Alec Daffin. And that pit strategy played out quite nicely. He might have 2 lap older tires. Alec Daffin has 9 lap old tires compared to Talon Drake's 11. But the 11 lap old tire is able to hold on compared to the 9 on the remainder of the field has even less than that. It looks like actually Aaron Brown has 7 lap old tires. It will be Jordan Kuntz with 6 lap old tires. The older tires able to hold on. They might just be at the perfect temperature now. And they will warm up even further as the night goes on. So it could be jeopardy for a driver up front right now. We will see whether or not they're able to make it stick. But if they aren't, well, we'll know, because it looks like it will be only time telling. These guys are able to hold on, as it is still held on by the driver of the number 70 machine in Talon Drake. Alec Daffin there as well. Aaron Brown in the mix, and Jordan Kuntz in 4th with Lane Graves position number 5. Vinny Tigner in 6th, and then it's going to be Carter Casey in the 7th spot, and Brian Russo in 8th. And Cody Webster in 9th, with Matthew Weeks going to be side by side only for a moment. McQuiggan is able to pull just away from that battle and keep himself up in front, as now it's going to be the 11 holding on compared to the 5 machine, as side by side it will be the 91 machine and Brian Russo going to be there in the 3. Double file with 37 becoming 36 laps remaining here at the Milwaukee Mile, the Brew City 150, brewing up some great racing so far, as Russo going to fall not 1 but 2 spots there in just a flick of a steering wheel. And then it's going to be Carter Casey we focus on just next there, as it's going to be the 7th spot for the driver of the 1 machine, as he has the 99 right in front of him, and they've been whole together, not just numerically, of course 99 plus 1 is 100, but they have been a whole grouping all race long. The 99 and 1 have been oh so close time after time, as Talon Drake still leads this field into the first set of turns. Once again, the 70 holding on to Alec Daffin, and then it will be Aaron Brown right beside him. The 00 Jordan Kuntz in there as well. And 35 laps remain for these bunch of drivers, and it looks like about 7 drivers realistically have a shot here. Lane Graves is down in 5th compared to these guys, as Carter Casey is in position 7 himself. It looks like it's going to be Aaron Brown going around. They're able to go around big time, and that's a caution flag. Aaron Brown down and around, and this brings out yet another yellow, and we will have less than 30 to go after this. And Brown goes for a tap. It looks like Jordan Kuntz might have gotten to him. They were fighting up front for quite a while here, and it looked like they could have gone green. Able to hold on single file for the most part, and Kuntz just dives it in, and he might just put the paddle on. And that is the pedal to the metal. And Aaron Brown, not able to avoid it, sends it up to the high side. And that could be winning chances done and done for the driver of the number 8 machine. As it looks like Talon Drake able to hold on. Alec Daffin leading the way for the Shaw Racing guys now, as Talon Drake leads this race overall. Jordan Kuntz now is in position number 3. And Lane Graves is in 4th here. 34 laps remaining. Not a lot of guys we talk to from here on out. A lot of guys have left the voice chats. And of course, for good reason, trying to concentrate on the action. Racing takes a lot of concentration. So you're not able to hold on to it as the race goes on. You just aren't able to make things work out. Still, the 70 there with the 48. Jordan Kuntz is in third. Lane Graves in fourth with Vinny Tigner in fifth. Carter Casey, position number 6. And everyone in this top 5, top 6 still has a great shot at getting the victory no matter how it works out. And we will see how long they're able to hold on to it up front. It is a battle. And you're playing with fire if you're up front here. These guys, well, they know it. They are continuing to do so as if it is nothing. Talon Drake leads Alec Daffin, Jordan Kuntz, Lane Graves. That's your fastest 4. And they have been the fastest for a reason. Consistency, perfect strategy, and most importantly, clean racing up front. It looks like nobody else able to make anything happen. And it looks like still the 70 at Toyota Tundra makes it happen lap after lap. 118 laps because 119 that time by. The 70 machine leads them down the stripe as it looks like a few guys like Coloni and Cody McCorkle go down pit road. And it looks like McCorkle going to come in for just a bit more and get himself tapped up. 20th spot on the charts for the driver of the under 02 machine. And he's one of the guys we haven't talked to so far, and it looks like he wasn't involved in the wreck as of recent. So we're going to drag him in right now. It is the driver of, well, it is the 02 machine, Cody McCorkle. Right now, 20 is on the board, and looks like you're coming off of pit road. How do you feel? And checking again to get a copy here. The 02 machine, Cody McCorkle, do you read us?
Yeah, I got you.
Great to hear. So, how's the race been for you so far? 119 laps in, and we still are waiting to get this one green. So, a lot of time here. How's it going to be from here on out?
We just try to get a caution here and get back on the lead lap, see what we can do. Things didn't go good so far, but hopefully, some things will go better here at the end.
And certainly hoping to see that as well. And still with a little more time here when it comes down to tire management. How have you been managing your strategy? As it looks like your last come down on pit road for tires about in time and scoring. Well, last time you went down pit road was, of course, last lap. So how's it been for you?
It's been a little rough. We'll see. Hopefully they'll get me to the end, and we'll have plenty left.
And certainly looking forward to that. Looks like one's green this time by. So any final thoughts?
Try to stay out of trouble and make it to the end.
Certainly, Cody McCorkle looking to make this one a clean finish for the driver of the 02 machine. Thank you for your time. Right back into his voice chat here and see what's going on for McCorkle. He is currently waiting for us to get back to the green with 31 laps remaining. Talon Drake in the 70. Alec Daffin going to be in the 48 once again. We will see when we get back to the green. Should be in about 2 turns time. And from there on out, the show will be on the road, and it will be a great one to watch as we hit it once again in the Milwaukee Mile, the Brew City 150, and it's going to come down to the final 30 miles here to settle it all for the victory. We've gotten about 80% of the way here, and we will get back to the show. The pace car, it's going in, and we will go green once again. Alec Daffin with Talon Drake. We are back in action at the Milwaukee Mile, led by the number 70 machine with a 48 right beside him. Jordan Kuntz, 00 there as well. And there we have it. Everyone back underway. Jordan Kuntz, 3rd spot. Lane Graves in 4th. Carter Casey in 5th. Tigner in 6th. And Brian Russo now going to be in the 7th spot as everyone's going to be able to keep it on. As Jordan Kuntz going to be there alongside Alec Daffin. Talon Drake there as well. As you can see with 30 remaining, Brian Russo going to be in the mix alongside, looks like Sam Benson now. And Joshua McQuiggan going to be able to get away from him. You can see it is a hard fight time after time. Double file, the 48 and 1 machine go. Carter Casey up in front. It'll be Lane Graves currently in the 3rd spot. You can see that these guys up front seem to have something that nobody else has. Let's ride on board with the rear end of Talon Drake and see how he holds on to it. As you can see, everyone goes down to the inside line, and it looks like that time by Drake goes down to the inside a bit more. On the apex, they hit it just about perfect time after time. Jordan Kuntz in 2nd. They are all single file up front. We get down to the tail end of this one, and it looks like Talon Drake with Jordan Kuntz 1st and 2nd. Lane Graves in 3rd as we have another caution, 28 laps to go. Well, let's find out what's happening. Davis Lewis looks to be involved with Kyle Jackson. I don't know if we're going to get the worst of it as well, so let's check it back. 30 seconds. See Sam Benson there as well. Time after time, everyone gets a bit squirrely, but it looks like Sam Benson gets real squirrely there. coming down to the inside line. He tries to ship it in, and he tags Tyler Nolf and just tries to reclaim all the time that he lost immediately, and that tends not to work, especially at a short track like Milwaukee. And it did not work this time through. An unfortunate circumstance for both drivers. Nolf doesn't get a lot of damage. Sam Benson has a lot of compounded damage. Either way, still holding on, Talon Drake with Jordan Kuntz, Lane Graves in third, and Carter Casey in fourth. As Alec Dafford going to lead a lot of guys down the pit road. Looks like he actually leads his teammates down the pit road. So not as many, but alternate strategy cooking up once again. And it will be a few guys coming down pit road as Talon Drake leads Jordan Kuntz even still. And a partnership being announced out of the Fireball Talks NASCAR Live House. It's going to be the Full Send Indycar Series partnering with the Gavin Austin SuperSpeedway Series that we saw for the first time this day. Of course, it will be February 11th, the first time we ever saw them on this channel, the Beckman Designs 300, and it looks like Kyle Freeman partnering with Gavin Austin to create the Full Send Super Speedway Series. And the collaboration means that we will have a full season of broadcasts on Saturday afternoons alongside the Saturday night table, and we will see you once again, perhaps next week. Saturday, it will be the next gens, or actually, the Gen 4s at Talladega. It will be a revolving door of combinations. Of course, tonight was the next gen, and it looks like a full extra season of broadcasting coming to you live on Fireball Talks NASCAR. We have drivers like Blake Lothian racing these events. He's a truck series driver. He's made multiple events in the truck series. We saw him 3 times last season. Looking forward to making his breakout season in 2023. So Lothian, one of those guys to look out for, the 43 machine in the truck series for, I believe, Reum Brothers Racing. He's one of the guys racing in that series, and we will be glad to have him and the remainder of the field coming back for Saturday afternoons as well, as we're watching a Saturday night presentation of the Redline Truck Series. And Talon Drake now looks like his strategy has played out perfect. He might have 25 lap old tires as we have 25 laps to go. His strategy, it's on the nose to a point, and it couldn't be better. He might just be able to finish this one off without anyone else getting in his way. There we have it. Drake with Kuntz, Lane Graves in third, and Carter Casey in fourth, Vinny Tigner in fifth, and Matthew Weeks in the sixth spot. Ryan Russo, position number 7, and Luke Peters in the 8th. War Machine in 8th now. Michael Rosero going to be starting right behind him, as it will be 23 laps to go when we go back to the green. Drake with Kuntz up front. It's double file already up front, as we will go double file for certain. And this will be 1 lap to green. Get back to it. The Brew City 150 here in the Redline Truck Series, 3rd race of the season, and we will be having a week off next week. Then we will get back to the show, and it will certainly be an exciting race no matter how it all ends up. We'll wait to see how it goes as the driver to the 70 machine leads with Jordan Kuntz right beside him. Slowly but surely, all make themselves known. Time after time, it will be a fight to the finish, and it will be Lane Graves alongside Carter Casey in the second row, with Talon Drake and Jordan Kuntz in the first. And from there on out, we get to the action. And it will be an exciting race, no matter how it turns out. Many drivers have come here looking for victory. Only one driver will find it. Tonight, it could go to anyone up front, and it's been a revolving door of drivers in that top spot. And it could all come down to who ends up at the perfect spot at the entry of that revolving door when we get to the checkered flag. Pace cars are coming once again, 23 laps to go this time by green flag once again. Talon Drake leads him with Jordan Kuntz right beside him. Lane Graves in third, Carter Casey in fourth, Matthew Weeks in fifth, and we are back underway with 23 remaining. Vinny Tigner going to be there as well. They're double file with a multitude of rows there, and everyone seems to be able to keep it together. Nice and smooth, double file about 10 rows deep. This is the most double file we've seen all race long. They go back in the back, and it looks like Shaw Racing Machine, the 48 is going to go big time sending it in. Josh Coloni there as well, and Alec Daffin now trying to play it intense as Talon Drake going to come down and strike for 22 laps to go. You know that, and you know what that means. TrackCams22.com, the best cameras on iRacing, track cams for gourmets. If you want to look like us, well, go to their websites and buy their packs. But for now, we crank it up with the best cameras on iRacing, and we hope you enjoy uninterrupted, and we will be right back. Or will we? Caution's out. We will not have it crank it up just yet. Now let's find out what happened. As soon as we say that, a caution, and Luke Peters just got real torn up. And he's right there with his teammate Rosero, and something must have happened up front, because now he's on pit road, and he towed it on the high side, and Russo sends it right in, and he noses it violently and hits Tyler Nolf. And a violent hit for the driver of the Ford machine. Luke Peters gets all sorts of torn apart. And that is a hard hit. The Ford machine down on pit road as Talon Drake there with Lane Graves. How about that? What a hit and damage taken big time there. 70 Machine still leads the way with Lane Graves in second, Jordan Coots in third, and Carter Casey in the fourth spot. Cole Woody's still waiting. He's been on pit road for a half hour waiting to get back on the track as Talon Drake comes down to pit road once again. He chooses not to go in. 21 laps to go. It will be a sprint to the finish. Aaron Brown goes down on pit road and it looks like he's still in the mix right now. He was in the top 10 and looks like he's going to go down. The 8 machine, not down and out after the last incident we saw him in. So certainly a light of hope shines on the driver of the 8 machine's chances in this event. Aaron Brown down on pit road right now. The 8 machine looks like it's in better spirits than we thought beforehand. How's it feeling there in the truck?
Tight. But I mean, it feels alright. Trying to pick here, maybe make a last ditch effort at trying to get up there. Tires, maybe try and get up there. It's a little tight on time, but I think we'll be alright. We got like 18 minutes left, so should be alright. But hopefully I can try and drive up there with the fresh tires and maybe try and steal a win. But I'm not good here. I'm slow. I don't expect much more out of me, so. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So looks like the time limit might come into play according to that, and tires have been a big factor in this event. So with less than 20 to go, will you play it aggressive at the tail end if you have the chance?
Yeah, definitely gonna go aggressive. Maybe save the tires just for a little bit. You only got 20 minutes left, so. 20 laps left, so we still got a decent bit, so tires are going to wear just a slight bit towards the end of the run, so if it goes great at the end, you're still going to want a little bit of tire life left with those last 5 laps, so.
And absolutely looking for that final segment of this race. Get back to it. Any final thoughts before we get back to the show?
Let's hope no one wrecks and I can drive up to the front.
There we have it. Aaron Brown looking to get back up into the swing of things here. The 8 machine currently outside the top 10. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You're
Dragging right back in for Shaw Racing, the driver of the 8 machine, back on the move there. Now, Talon Drake alongside Lane Graves, your pole sitter for tonight's event, last season's champion, and now looking to get it done for the first time this season. Talon Drake has been impressive week in, week out, and tonight might be the night he comes out on the top of the scoring pylon. What happened? Whether or not he's capable of making it just like that. Drake and Graves, as we head to our crank it up with 18 laps remaining, and it's a bit later, but let's get back to the action uninterrupted. Green flag's out. Let's crank it up, and we will be right back. And the caution is out. Let's get a quick replay on just what happened. Alec Daffin looks to be involved. As we can see, 3 wide right in front of him, and Daffin, with McQuiggan getting turned right behind him, goes around as well. Multiple incidents. And oh my goodness, what is that netcode? Look at this. Brian Russo going in, they never touch, and he gets hooked by air. Unbelievable. And netcode causes yet another incident, and this time, Alec Daffin, and the gap is clear, multiple inches there, and Alec Daffin goes around because of air. The netcode takes him right out. Look at that, gets hooked right up to the track. And destroyed by netcode. Alec Daffin can't be happy about that one. Brian Russo almost gets him. But on our end, that looked to be huge netcode. Now Daffin's winning chance is over. Taken away by the service. Very unfortunate circumstance there, and looks like a time limit in play when it comes to the server. We only have a few minutes remaining no matter if we get to the start-finish line for the 150th lap. We get back down to it. 15 laps remain. A big wreck. McQuiggan to be involved in it. And it looks like actually McQuiggan going to be back on the track. He doesn't get a lot of damage. He has something on the front end, although not much. Driver of the number 5 machine keeps it going with 15 laps remaining. The first 135 have flown right by, and now we get down to these final 15, as it is still led by the number 5 machine as he gets back out in front of the field. Of course, he being the number 13, as Lane Graves back out front with Talon Drake nowhere to be found this time by. He's now down in 15th. It looks like his gamble for perhaps a long fuel run does not work out, and it will be cashing in. Lane Graves leading the way. Could be about 13 laps remaining for the 13 once we go back to the green flag to finish this race off. It is 9:52 in the Eastern Seaboard, and this race will finish at about exactly 10 Eastern. That will be all she wrote for the drivers of the Redline Truck Series, an action-packed race. Short tracks always bring together incredible showcases of skill and speed, no matter when or where we have a race at them. And it isn't always about location. It seems to be most often about the way these guys race as individual drivers. Fighting side by side, they will go once again. Let's see whether or not they're able to keep it clean. The Mahindra 00 with the rear end sponsoring with Mahindra there. And it's still 13, sponsored by B3 Designs and Ryan Russo. And one of his drivers doing a great job all race long. And tonight could be the night for Lane Graves to break through for the first time this season. And it looks like might just be able to take that chance and come home on top. They're not capable of doing just that. Graves, Kuntz, Rosero is going to be there with Carter Casey and Matthew Weeks in the 5th spot. As we head back to the show, it will be the driver of the 13 as we get back into this one. Lane Graves there, Jordan Kuntz, and the pace car going to dive right in. Green flag will be out one more time. 13 laps to go here in the Milwaukee Mile. One more time. This could be it as Graves leads him back in. Jordan Kuntz right beside him, and now right behind him, Michael Rosero in the 3rd spot, Carter Casey in 4th, and Matthew Weeks is going to be in the 5th spot as Alex Tallman goes side by side. It's a 3-wide there. It's going to be Brown, Tallman, and it looks like there it's going to be Vinny Tigner. Tigner gets the 2 spots, and it's going to shove right in there by the 99. Things are getting heated, and short track tempers. It's going to be one of the wall. It's going to be Cody McCorkle, 002, and it looks like the 02 down in the wall again. He's going to be all the way on the high side and loses that many more spots. McQuiggan there as well. Talon Drake in the mix, and now Drake is in about the 13th spot, trying to get himself back up. He's going to have to make up about a position or lap if he wants to get this victory. Not good. Sam Benson in 12th right now with 12 laps to go, and it's going to be Talon Drake trying to get him bound this time by. He will be able to make the lunge in on the inside line, and that he does. Benson has no choice but to get out of the inside line and stay on the outside, as it will be the 70 machine getting by him. Alex Tallman single file. The entirety of the field up front is single file. One gets in the wall, and that's going to be a big hit for Carter Casey. 11 laps to go. For now, Lane Graves leading the way for just about a 1/10 of a second, and Jordan Kuntz looking to get it done once again. As Cole Woody still on pit road, and actually now it looks like Cole Woody out of pit road after 32 minutes, waiting to get out. And what a pit stop, and 47 laps down, Cole Woody is back on the track for Proximity Racing. He took so long that it seems like it might be worth it. He should be able to pick off a driver on timing and scoring. And Cole Woody comes back out on the track after 30 minutes on pit road. Unbelievable scenes here as the 17 is now in racing shape. Alec Davin is not, as a matter of fact, as it looks like Cody Webster going to fall hard. 10 laps to go, a caution again. And Webster changes everything. Another race-altering yellow. Looks like this might have started in front of him. Nicholas Pressey side by side with McQuiggan there. And that could be what caused it. No, it is not. And it looks like 3 wide they go. Webster tries to go down the middle. And it could be netcode. It could not be Brian Russo. They did make contact, and Russo going to have another driver go around right behind him, right beside him as well. The 91 spins it and almost hits Davis Lewis. Davis Lewis able to get away there, and 9 to go in the Brew City 150. Now we head to a final stretch restart, if not very close to a green-white checkered. As the 91 gets back on its way, it is still going to be led by Lane Graves with Jordan Kuntz in 2nd. Michael Rosero in the 41 is in 3rd. And Carter Casey is in 4th. Unbelievable job from everyone up front. Right now, though, it seems everyone here still pushing to the limit. The 13 machine holding strong in that first spot. If you guys go down pit road, it looks like it's going to be McCorkle and Cole Woody once again. And Cole Woody not going to lose any spots by doing just that, so he's going to just take it no matter what. There's McCorkle there as well. He's going to lose some spots, but it looks like at this point, keeping the car clean and straight matters more. His car has been in shambles, unfortunately, ever since about the halfway point and then some. As Davis Lewis going to get a lap back that time by, that should put him on the lead lap. That it will, coming down to the stripe. Davis Lewis gets one back on the field. And out of the stripe, the 19th place car. That 19th place Chevrolet Silverado. That truck going to be able to make his move up to leaders once again. Coming down to the stripe this time by. And he'll back with the leaders. He gets actually one more now. See whether or not he's capable of doing just that. Cody McCorkle, last guy on the lead lap right now. He's about 23 seconds off. Lane Graves going to come across the stripe once again with the lead pack. 8 laps to go. Will become 7 laps to go that time through. And Jordan Kuntz in the 00 going to be in the mix for the first time in quite a while. Of course, we've seen them side by side quite a few times, as it will be 6 laps to decide our race winner here in Milwaukee. And it could be anyone at this point. It could be, of course, Lane Graves, could be Jordan Kuntz, could be Michael Rosero. So if you have any predictions, any picks, be sure to let us know in the chat room below. Anyone can get this one done. It could all come down to who is at the right place at the right time, as it usually does. And we will see if anyone here so far is in that right spot, or if someone runs away. It could be a runaway victory. It could be a close one down to the stripe as we head to the green once more. The 13, Jordan Kuntz right beside him, Michael Rosero, and it's going to be also Carter Casey, Matthew Weeks, and Aaron Brown, as well as we head to the green flag this time by 10 o'clock on the eastern seaboard here, and we are getting ready to kick things off again. The iRacing pace car comes down to the inside line, and we get ready to get going. 6 laps to go here in Milwaukee. Green flags out, led by Lane Graves once more. And a big run by everyone in the back, not able to keep up just yet. Aaron Brown able to get into that top 5 now. Big maneuver. As Graves able to hold on just for now. Driver to the number 8 machine, and Aaron Brown now to the top 5. It's going to be a push by the driver to Carter Casey. Casey able to hold on for now. Tallman there as well, and Alex Tallman gets himself in the top 5 fight once more. We see him in the back of the pack. We see him in the front. He has damage, but it doesn't seem to matter. He's still up there. He might just be able to make himself home in the front of the pack. Lane Graves, first spot. Jordan Kuntz in second, Michael Rosero in third, and Aaron Brown in fourth, with Carter Casey position number 5, and 5 laps to go, and anyone up front has a shot, but now you need a shot in the arm to get it, as Lane Graves trying to run away with this one. Everyone in the back of the back, they know this is all about survival here. If something happens at the tail end, the last lap, it's all over. They wreck, still your shot for the taking. Alex Avon on pit road. Davis Lewis, last man on the track. Joshua McQuiggan going to be in an incident, and it's a multi-car wreck. We are going to have a green-white checkered. And we have yet another wreck, green, white, checker. McQuiggan bangs with Kyle Jackson there. That might have been the catalyst. Let's find out if it was or if it wasn't, but it looks like it might not have been, as they begin to shove each other time after time. And it looks like the 90 going to give the cold shoulder to the 5. And it looks like McQuiggan drives it up. Nolf tags him. And then it becomes a real challenge to keep it straight, as Nolf bangs into McQuiggan, and he gets a tap from the rear. Ryan Russo gets involved his way. Aaron Brown going to go around. 4 laps to go. We will have a green-white checkered to finish this race off. And the Brew City 150 has brewed up its drama and controversy, as this could be a shortened yellow to get us back on pace and get a natural green-white checker. We might just hit 151 laps. At the rate we are going, that is a possibility. Race will be extended for a green-white checker, need be, but if not, get it back underway, and we will see the drivers, Redline Truck Series, take it on for the final few laps one more time. Lane Graves, Jordan Kuntz, Michael Rosero, Aaron Brown, and Carter Casey are top 5 drivers. And the 5 machine of Carter Casey has an up and down race. That is for certain. That machine has been through it all and able to get back up front for the first time in quite a while. Could be an opportunity for the 1 machine to come out with a shock victory. Does just that. It will be one race to remember. He has Matthew Weeks behind him. Alex Tallman now going to be next to him for only a moment. 3 laps remain. He looks still rolling through, and we will have an extended race, 151 laps at least. The minimum there going to be 151, and we will see whether or not this thing goes just a bit further. It could. It looks like for now it will not. It is all going to come down to the Lane Graves machine and Jordan Kuntz with a 2-lap dash here. And it will be the 13 machine holding on out front. Let's see whether or not it all goes down here. Could be the 13, could be the 00, could be the 41, could be the 8. Will all come down to who gets it done. Execution matters in a situation like this. You can't execute at the tail end of a race. You might as well have not been there. You just want to run up front no matter what it takes. You run to the back, or you rather run with the mentality of running in the back at the tail end of a race. You won't get that victory unless you get extremely lucky. And this is not a league of luck. It is a league of skill. And let's see if these guys are able to hold on and make it so. As the driver of the number 13 machine with Jordan Kuntz right beside him, they will go back to the green flag. This time by green-white checkered. Could be the one, it could be the only, as the pace car is going to come down to the inside line. 2 laps to do it here in Milwaukee. Let's go racing once again. And the 13 gets a monster start, but the 00 going to try to follow him right in. Michael Rosero in third position, Aaron Brown in fourth here, and everyone's able to hold on. Carter Casey in the 6th spot, and now it's going to be double file between the number 11 machine and Carter Casey. The one on the 11 holding on strong. Lane Graves is in first. And he blinks on just a bit. Jordan Kuntz now can give him a shot in the arm. 2 laps to go. Nobody's wrecked just yet. This will be it. With 1 lap to go in the charts here, this is going to be the final segment. 1 lap in the Brew City 150, and Lane Graves leads him through just now. And it's still going to be the driver of the 13 machine holding on strong. And now it's going to all come down to how they handle this. It could be a bump and run at the tail end of it. Coming down the back straightaway, the 13 machine still leads them. Everyone's single file in the back. And this is the final moment to make a move. Kuntz gets down to the bumper. He gets oh so close. Almost rides it. And it would not be enough. Last season's champion goes to victory lane for the first time this season. Lane Graves wins the Brew City 150, and he gets it done in dominating fashion. Strategy plays to his part, and 49 laps on that final run, and he gets it done. The oldest tires in the field, and the fastest driver to go with him. Win number 1 on the year for the driver of the 13 in Lane Graves. And let's pull out your race results before we get our interviews. Lane Graves wins, and he gets it done in a deserving fashion. Nobody out there like he was. 13 machine gets his first win of the year with B3 Designs. What a race that was. The 13 machine wins over Jordan Kuntz in second, Michael Rosero third, Aaron Brown fourth, Matthew Weeks is second off in fifth, and Carter Casey in sixth. Vinny Tigger seventh, and Talon Drake in eighth, with Kyle Jackson ninth, Cody Webster in 10th. Then Joshua McQuiggan, Tyler Noth, Josh Coloni, Nicholas Pressey, Cody McOracle, Sam Benson 16th, and Davis Lewis in 17th, with Alex Tallman, the first driver to lap down, Brian Russo, team owner for Lane Graves in 19th, Alec Davin 20th, then Luke Peters, Cole Woody, Bryce Saucier, James DeCarlos, Brandon Timon, Nick Edmondson, Corey Rectford, and dead last, those are your retirees. This is your winner's burnout. What a show. Lane Graves back on top. Creep it down to the start-finish line, but that might just be it. The 13 machine, Lane Graves, what a finish for the man out there. The 13 machine able to make it happen, and we will get a word. Graves, as he puts it out in front, continues to burn it down. Try to frame it up there with the start-finish line as his team comes over to congratulate him. Looks like they all get together for this moment. Burning it down as a collective. B3 Designs Motorsport. They do. Look at that scene. 3 trucks celebrating 1 victory. Lane Graves is back out on top. All back off. Graves celebrated his victory. Russo looks at blown that motor. Lane Graves alongside Davis Lewis, your race winner, and it looks like he's still not done. He's going to continue to burn it down from here. And it's going to be a 3-car burnout altogether. How about that? And the motor, it is done for the driver of the 13 machine, and it looks like he is down and out. Well, he's off of the track. How about we get aboard with the driver of the 13 machine, Lane Graves, not yet in a voice chat. We will see how long we're going to wait on that to see whether or not he does, in fact, come into a voice chat. If he does, well, we'll be glad to have him. We wait to see what he is thinking after that incredible performance for the driver of the number 13 machine, and a voice chat he is indeed in. So let's get a word for the man who gets this one done, Lane Graves, getting it done for the first time this season at Milwaukee. What a race for you, winning the pole, I believe maybe leading the most laps and still getting it done. So how do you feel after this one?
It's pretty good. Like, the start of the season was not like well planned. Didn't go well. Daytona got wrecked. Wasn't even a factor. Auto Club, I messed up qualifying and kind of just trying to make my way up field, kind of messed up. So as a champion, you expect yourself to do better to start the season off, and it was just a really bad start, and it's on me. And came out here. I didn't expect to be good here because I just bought the track as soon as I signed up for the race. So just had to learn. I was terrible on the long run. And then strategy was a huge part, and it just kind of all over, and kind of got lucky with those last couple of like stints. And then I appreciate Jordan for racing me clean and hard, but he didn't wreck me for the win when he easily could have. So I appreciate him for racing clean, and it was a good race. Unfortunately for Alec Daffin, he kind of got messed up. And it's just an up and down race for everybody. But to finally get the chip off the shoulder, it's good to actually get in the win column this season.
And absolutely getting yourself up front, the pressure off the back there. And it looks like the 13 camp back out front. So what set you apart in terms of this race compared to the last two?
I think just qualifying, just putting myself in the best position, which would be in the lead. In the back of the field on those restarts and all that, especially here, a lot of people kind of, driving it hard in, dive bombing. So you just got to put yourself in the right position. And, we did that by sending the pole and just keeping up front, and then just kind of taking it easy when I'm in the back, like conserving or whatever. So, it's just about being at the right place at the right time. And we were in those positions today.
Absolutely able to get it done in front of the field. And tire strategy, a lot of drivers talk to us about it throughout the race. How did you manage it, and how did you end up in front? Of course, 49 laps in your stint according to our timing and scoring. So what was it managing the oldest tires apparently in the field?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad because the people close didn't pitted with like 10 laps after me or whatever, and we had a lot of caution laps. So it kind of cycled them, cooled them off, which was really helpful. But I had an extra set. I was going to possibly use it, but being in the top three, I didn't want to give up track position. So, yeah, I didn't pit that first caution, wanted to conserve or save an extra set for this scenario, but I didn't use it. But luckily, tire cycles just kind of worked out in my favor, and I had the lead, and everybody was wrecking behind. So everything helps out.
Certainly everything able to work out in your favor tonight, and eventually getting you that victory in our first non-superspeedway event of the season. Of course, Auto Club, you did have to let off the throttle just a bit, but not as much as a night like Milwaukee. We'll have an off week before we go to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. So how do you feel going into that one? Certainly a great race to be had in Montreal.
That one's going to be very, very interesting. I have zero confidence in that race, so I'm glad that we got a win here. Give me a little bit of momentum going in a place that I'm going to have no clue what to do. So it's going to be a learning curve next week, and just kind of do what we can and just kind of like find a rhythm and, run our own pace, and hopefully it's good enough to get a top 5, top 10.
And certainly Lane Graves coming back strong after not the weeks he was hoping for, coming back with one of those weeks that anyone would hope for. Pole to victory here in Milwaukee. Thank you for your time.
Hey, thank you.
Dragging right back into the voice chat there. What a run for the driver of the number 13 machine, coming home on top. Of course, in the second spot, the 00 of Jordan Kuntz, able to put a great run together as well. And 00, Jordan Kuntz, second tonight, another strong run. So how was it managing this one?
Probably one of the hardest strategy races I've ever been a part of. 3 tire sets, extra tire sets to not help. Just trying to save one for the end. And it really worked out with that long run and a caution coming as I was about to run out of fuel. But Um, I think Lane was a bit faster overall on the short run and long run. He did make a couple mistakes the last restart. I felt like I lost an opportunity to pass him, but I'll take a second at 3 top 2s this season, so off to a really strong start.
Certainly a great start to get this season on your way, and a very close battle for the lead toward the tail end. So how was it managing that? And of course, managing the cautions, a little bit of chaos and tire strategy, all mixing yourself up to keep you in the front.
Of course, the cautions at the end were definitely a bit annoying. Didn't want all of them, but it really helped me have a shot at the end. Just wish I could have gotten by Lane or stayed ahead of Lane whenever me and Aaron got together. But I think that's what ultimately cost me the race win. But it was overall a really fun race, and I can't be mad about a top 2.
And indeed, you can't be coming home in the top 2 now. Short track, or a shorter track compared to the last 2 races we've had. An off week before we go to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, a road course for the first time this season. How do you feel going to that one?
I think it would be my first time ever running a NASCAR at that circuit. But I feel like I'm a really strong road course racer, and I can have a big shot to win.
And looking forward to that, Jordan Kuntz on a tear so far. Mr. Consistency, getting home with a second place finish tonight. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Drag him right into the voice chat there, and we will get your third position driver as Michael Rosero comes home in the 3rd spot tonight. Entering pit road, we see you on the track according to our replay. And 3rd place tonight, oh so close to the victory, and was an up and down race for everyone. And it looks like that included yourself. So how was it managing the track all race long?
Yeah, it was really hard. It was honestly like I started last because I was expecting myself to just move up there, and I was until I got in those 2 incidents within like the first 3 laps. And also, I made like a huge mistake taking like I don't know how, but I somehow took 2 right side tires like and within like 30 laps. So I already had like 1 set left, and then I basically couldn't pit for like more than 75% of the race until the end there with like 30 to go. So, and then and then I started back in last or 16th, and then I just hauled. I drove my butt off to get up here, and then that's probably why I couldn't battle for a lead because my tires were like gone. They were out there. I was like even with the top 3, and we somehow came back from like basically running within like the 15th to 8th the whole race. So I'm really happy about that.
An impressive run all race long, and it looks like tire strategy might have been a bit of a different management, but still younger tires at the tail end. Looks like a 34 lap old stint. And how do the cautions impact you getting up front? Because certainly a long haul to get to that podium position.
Yeah, they really helped, honestly. Like that last race caution was basically a miracle in like the middle of the run. Like I was really hoping for a caution with like I think it was 30 to go so I could hit. And yeah, that was just crazy.
And certainly a chaotic event all the way around 150 laps, coming home in 3rd. Now, an off week, and I've said this to all the other drivers we've gotten to talk to so far. And then we head to a road course in Montreal, the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Now, a lot of long tracks, and then this 1 mile event. Then it will head us to about the longest track mile-wise in the season. So how will it be managing the circuit Gilles Villeneuve for a night of action in Canada?
I wouldn't know. I don't have the track, so I'm gonna have to probably get that by next week. But I'm really looking forward to that race since I'm probably my strongest at road courses, or I'm basically strong everywhere. But I think there's something different about on road courses. I mean, I really love them a lot. You're probably gonna see me probably battling with Kuntz for the lead and have another. I think we're gonna put on a great show. I can't wait.
And there we have it. Looking forward to a great show as Michael Rosero already gives us one tonight. 3rd place on the board. Thank you for your time.
Yep, thank you.
And what a race it was. The driver of the 41 coming up in 3rd, but it was Lane Graves, your race winner in 1st position tonight, and the 3rd team machine coming home in a strong one. Dominating event to get him back on track for the remainder of this season, and certainly going to be an intense one to get your defending champion back on the board and putting himself back in contention to keep going week after week. We are looking forward to that. Thank you all for watching tonight's event. Certainly a great one to watch as Lane Graves comes home the winner of the Brew C150. This is Fireball Talks NASCAR Live. We got to thank you for all the support in today's action-packed festivities. The Beckman Designs 300 earlier on. And of course, the Brew City Designs right here, right now. We hope you've enjoyed every bit of the action that we put on all night long. We hope to see you whenever we are live once again on FTN. And we hope you have a great night. You once again.